are live. We are live. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Thanking you all. Give me a minute here. Let me text them real quick. And we'll go from there. All right. So that's that. Oh, we got Mr. Catwoman. Oh, my goodness. See some Betty out there. What's up, dude? How you doing? All right. So listen, man. Listen. I'm gonna be real with you all. Oh, hold on. Let me turn that down. That's not good. That's not good. Let me turn that down. That's terrible. That's very terrible. I'm gonna be real with you all. I don't have a lot of time. I know this thing's supposed to start at 6 o'clock, but I gotta have time to get through the intros and all that stuff. I ain't got a lot of time because I got serious heavy hitters inbound tonight. So I'm about to get the intro out the way, and then we gonna go to work. So this is the part of the evening where I need you to turn your volume down, because if you don't turn your volume down, I will not be held liable for what your neighbors think of you listening to some loud dude yell on YouTube. That's not my problem. That's your problem. That's why I tell you all to turn the volume down. So with that disclaimer out of the way, woo, yo, I think we can get into the introduction, bro. Let's go to work. All right, so with it out the way, like I said, with that out the way, put the hands out. Y'all know what it is. We're about to go to work. This is going to be a fun night. What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, and we are live. Welcome to Friday Night Vyp, baby. Woo! Oh, yes! It is that day again. We are back. We are live on YouTube. Before I get started with this evening's festivities, let me see who I got in the chat tonight. We're going to go back up here. Oh, yes. Where we at? We got Mr. Catwoman, Cecil, Betty in the cut. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got James Kurt Chaval. What's up, James? How you doing, man? How you doing? Oh, we got my man, Zach Salt Tech is in the cup. What's up, Zach? How you doing? We got Alex Jackson out there in the cut chilling. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Oh, we got the return of Photo Finn. Long time no see, bro. Welcome back. How you doing? And we got technically T in the building. What's up, T? How you doing, dude? How you doing? All right, who else we got in here? All right, who else we got? Oh, let me go scroll down some more. Oh, let's see. Mia Diva Rodriguez. What's up, Mia? How you doing? All right, and who else we got out here? Uh-oh, is that the B-roll himself? Travis MCP. What's up, Travis? How you doing? And that is, wait. No, that's El Jefe Review. What's up, Jeff? My head of security in the building. Wait, did I click the wrong thing? I don't know. All right, we got Travis there. And my head of security, El Jefe there. I think I might have clicked the wrong one, or I don't know. It's weird. And we got Zach. All right, cool. Wait a minute. Okay. Why am I having a brain fart? Uh-oh. Oh, we got John Michelle. What's up, John? How you doing, man? Woo! Okay. So, I think I got everybody. All right, so what I'm going to do now is send out links that I are planning to send out tonight. So, where we at? Let me go back to my Twitter here. Let me go back to the cut here. Hold on, you all, while I do some link sharing out here. And boom, run down. Okay. What are you doing, Twitter? Send a link. Send the link, you stupid Twitter. All right, there we go. All right, and now we're going to go to the other one. There we go. 2 down. Bam. Send the link, you stupid Twitter client. Thank you. What are you doing to me right now? Link number 2, and where's link number 3? Now, I'm not going to really tell y'all. I'm not going to tell y'all who's coming. I'm just going to introduce them as they come into the stream, because the cool thing about StreamYard is that I can see them before you guys do. I can see who's coming in before you do. So I'll just give out the proper intros as they arrive, and we will go from there. But yeah, that's what's up. Technically, T talking crazy. Small fries not welcome no more. Whatever. You know better. Technically, T. I'm not even about to pee. I ain't even about to get into that. You know better. That's all I'm saying. You know better. But yeah, man. Your boy is talking about iPhone season tonight. And the reason why I started early tonight, which will be evidently, abundantly, apparently clear once my people arrive. But yeah. Wait a minute. Is that my dude? Wait a minute. Why is it not showing up on StreamYard? So YouTube is faster than StreamYard, which I guess makes sense because YouTube is the native platform and StreamYard is the third-party client. But I'm trying to highlight my man Janosin, but it's not coming up. Come on, StreamYard, catch up. There we go. Janosin is in the cut. What's up, Janosin? How you doing, Moe? How you doing? Hey, we got Gabe Altiera. Gabe's been a busy man. What's up, Gabe? How you doing, man? How you doing? Oh, Janosin said, what the hell am I doing on early? Janosin, you just need to stick around, baby. Stick around. It will become evidently apparent why this show started early tonight. Real quick, Janosin. Just stick around and you'll find out. But yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, tonight, talking about iPhone season. You guys know that the keynote is next week. We've gotten a lot of leaks and little tidbits that dropped over the past few days. And I'm pretty sure we'll get more before the actual keynote. But I'm going to talk about iPhones and what's coming at the keynote and things like that tonight. And me and my guests are going to talk about that. If you guys didn't check out the main channel, I did an entire video outlining everything that you could possibly expect at the keynote next week. And I mean everything. So if you haven't checked out that video, you probably should. It's lit. It's legit. Oh, Sean Williams. What's up, man? Like I said, if you guys stay around long enough, you will see why I started early, relatively fast. It's not going to take long. The stream is going from 0 to 100 real quick. So stick around. It's not going to take long. I promise you, it's not going to take long. And my man, the man behind the music, Randy Vasquez. What's up, Randy? How you doing, man? How you doing? Woo! Yes, Randy. We got Randy in the cut. Randy in the building. Mr. Music himself. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, before we get started out there, is anybody out there excited for the new iPhones this year? I know I made an entire video telling you guys that you can skip it, but there's some interesting stuff that might be happening with these new iPhones that I'm gonna have to break that down tonight. But is anybody out there tonight in the audience? Is any of you all excited for the new iPhones? How do you all feel? What are you all thoughts on the new iPhones that are coming next week? How do you all feel? Are you excited? Do you care? Do you not care? What y'all got? How do y'all feel? Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let me know, Vyp Nation. How do you all feel? How do you feel about iPhones? How do you feel? All right. Oh, we got my man Buzz in the cut. What's up, Buzz? How you doing, man? What's up? What's up? Yes. We about to get it popping. I'm just waiting for the people to show up. And that is it. Oh, Janosin says he's more interested, but the hype is low. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean, I think come Monday afternoon, the hype is going to be at a fever pitch because that's the day before. And all the extra leaks that we don't have already will come down the pipe. And we will know everything that there is to know on Monday. So the show is obviously on Tuesday. Everything is coming on Monday. But there's a lot of stuff that I think this iPhone keynote is going to be a tad bit different from what you're used to. I think this iPhone keynote is going to bring a lot more to the table than what you guys might be thinking about. All right, so we got, wait. Oh my goodness, we got Mr. Cody Warner. What's up, Cody? How you doing? Woo! Cody says he feels great about it. iPhone, I mean, what's the talk on it? Well, Cody, we're going to talk about that tonight. Got a bunch of new stuff happening with iPhones. Like reverse wireless charging is supposed to be coming. They're supposed to have an upgraded brand new camera system on deck. Maybe some different camera features. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff happening with these iPhones, man. More improved Face ID is supposedly on deck. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are on deck with these iPhones that we got to discuss. Like I said, I'm just waiting for my people to show up and we can get into it because that's what's up, man. That is what's happening. So let's see. Anything going on? Nope. All right. All the links got sent. Yep. All right. Cool. Yeah. Just hanging out, wait for people. Now, wouldn't it be funny if they all left me hanging? That would be savage. They all just let me hanging. They left me hanging for dead. I'm expecting people to show up and they all just leave me hanging like, dang, dude. Yeah, Cody, we got a new camera system on deck. I mean, you guys seen the leaks of those iPhone camera module. Definitely not the norm. Definitely different. So yeah. So James says he's not super excited, but he is looking forward to better camera tech. Oh yeah, I mean, I think the average consumer is always looking for the best camera possible. So if you're not excited, at the very least, the updated camera will get your attention. At least we can hope. Anyway, we can hope. Yeah, we got Travis out there. You know how it is for Travis, man. Got to be watch out for Travis. Tech for your needs in the building. What's up, Tech for your needs? How you doing, man? How you doing? And my man Slaw OTS. What's up, Slaw? How you doing? For those you all that are just joining right now, there is a reason why I started early tonight. There is a reason, and it will become abundantly clear here in a moment. But hang with your boy. Just hang with me, and you will know why I started real quick. Just hang with me. It will become evidently clear why I started early here in a moment. Just hang with me, man. Just hang with me as it goes down. Boy. So yeah, that's what's going on. And what else? So yeah, bunch of different things going on. But the other thing that's going on is Google leaking their Pixel 4 stuff going on too. They're trying to steal some of Apple's thunder, and Samsung keeps talking about the Galaxy Fold. I mean, really? I mean, it's just hilarious to me how these other brands are trying to get in on iPhone mania with their little leaks and stuff. But we all know the truth. Once these iPhones drop on Tuesday afternoon, it's game over. None of these other phones matter. It's iPhone season, man. iPhone will be the talk. All these other brands are going to just fizzle away, and that's what it's going to be, man. That's what it's going to be. Randy said, hint. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. We got our first guest in the building tonight. Let me introduce to you Apple's defense lawyer, legendary Apple sheep is in the cut, Mr. Taylor Tech. How you doing?
How's it going, Viper? How are you?
I am good, Drew. How are you doing?
Good to finally talk to you again. It's been too long.
It's been way too long.
This is a cool program. I like this. StreamYard. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, StreamYard is legit. When Google Hangouts was going away, whoever the founders of this program, they were like, "Yo, we need an alternative."
Yeah,
and it's legit.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you.
I'm glad I know about this now. I think I might use it. This is neat.
Yeah, if you ever want to have like guests on your live stream, I would definitely highly recommend using StreamYard.
Okay, is it free?
I'm using the paid version, but they have a free version that works just as well. So I would say,
oh, good, okay.
Definitely.
That's cool. That's cool.
Well,
good to be here.
Glad to have you. So I'm expecting a couple more people.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, glad to have you here, Mr.
Can you have on?
They allow up to 6.
Oh, dang.
Well, actually, you know what? 6 can be on the screen at one time, but theoretically you can have 10, but because you can have an additional 4 people waiting in a waiting room per se.
Oh,
but 6 That's on screen at the same time. Yeah.
I love the display name stuff. Sorry, I'm distracted by this. The program.
No, enjoy, man. Enjoy. That's all good, man. Enjoy. Yeah, that's what's up, man. But Drew, do you find it kind of hilarious, like I do, that the Pixel 4 needs to drop in right around iPhone time? I just find it hilarious.
I think that's completely intentional. I don't think there's any mistake. I think that's especially given last year how they handled the Pixel 3 leaks, and we basically saw unboxings like 2 months before the phone unveiling. Like, it's kind of how Samsung always kind of strategically always drops these leaks a couple months before the phone comes out. I'm like, yeah, I think there's some thinking going on behind the scenes. Remember their marketing last year with like, so you think you know everything about the Pixel 3? It was like, yes, we do. And we were right. We did know everything about it.
Yeah, I think Google understands that you can't really control the lead. So I guess they said we're gonna handle everything out there. We're gonna control the narrative this year.
Right.
So we're gonna give it to you guys that are painted in. Nobody can leak anything because we already leaked it. So I guess that's another route to go, but they're getting it done.
Right. They were straight up embracing it like months before this year with the tweeting out the pictures. So next year maybe they'll just talk about the Pixel 5 at the Pixel 4 event and talk about what they're going to do on the next phone.
Would that be something? Hey, let's talk about the next Pixel. I know you guys are here for this year Pixel, but let's talk about next year Pixel.
Yeah. Here's what you can get if you wait another year.
Right, right.
I'm pretty sure the leak is confirmed that the Pixel 4 is getting a 90 hertz display,
Right.
which is probably the best thing about it I've heard so far.
Right. All right, so we got Drew in here, and we got the creative Quest Army Knife himself, Mr. Brand Deal Beef, Mr. Devin C Kid Tech. What's up, bro?
What up, man? This
platform is welcome.
Legit.
I told
what's going on,
man?
What's going on? What up, Vyp?
What's up, man? StreamYard's legit, man. Told y'all need to get on StreamYard.
Oh, man, this is.
See, I keep trying to tell y'all over there at Creative Cafe. This is what y'all need to be on, man.
Man, this is legit, man. Okay, I had to set up everything, man. But what up, y'all? What's going on?
Not much.
Just here talking about iPhone, man. Waiting for one more person to show up, and we in the building. But yeah, iPhones are it's iPhone season, Devin. You know how it is, man.
Oh man, it's about to be crazy, man. About to be crazy season, you know. We about to have the Apple Sheet, the Samsung nights. Everybody about to go crazy.
Oh yeah,
I'm hyped for it, man.
Oh yeah, wars in the comments. So Devin, just before you got in here, Devin, me and Drew were talking about the timely Google Pixel 4 leak.
Hey man, it's competition, man. That's all I can say. It's competition.
Anything to get their eyes off the iPhone event.
Exactly. Which is gonna be which is just tough. I mean, let's just be honest. Everybody's gonna be hype over the iPhone, regardless of if they like it or if they hate it. Somebody's gonna always have something to say about it, so it's gonna always get the attention, regardless.
That's very true.
Very true.
Everyone's talking about it, regardless of the opinion. It's almost political at this point.
Oh Lord. So Drew, you just made a video talking about your experience with Samsung canceling your pre-order for the Galaxy Fold. But they want to make it up to you guys by offering a $250 credit in the Samsung store. I don't know. I just feel like that's just a slap in the face to everybody who stood by that phone, even when it was going down in flames. Mm-hmm. People still held on to their pre-order. They still held on, and then Samsung's like, "We don't care about you. We're canceling it." Like, really?
I was one of those people that held on for the longest.
Oh, you had a pre-order in? Oh, wow.
I had the pre-order in, man. I was hyped for it, man. Then they let me down, man. But I wish they would have came back with the price being at least $1,500. Like, you got to give something other than just $250. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they should have definitely lowered that price a little bit more than what they did. But, you know, I'm still looking forward to it. But, you know, that's still that $2,000 price tag. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
So Drew, how do you feel about how they handled your pre-order situation?
Yeah, I think what it feels like they're doing is they want on paper the record to show that they shipped the Galaxy Fold, but they want as little people getting it as possible. Because the funniest thing to the whole situation to me was there was a email we got a couple weeks after they announced the delay and everything that they were going to automatically cancel everybody's order unless you manually opted in. So you had to click a button within that email that says, no, do not cancel my order. And we went through all that, all just for them to cancel it in the end anyway and be like, try again at the end of the month. Here's a gift card. I was happy with the gift card. I mean, that was a good move. That's probably something Apple wouldn't have done. But I imagine Apple probably wouldn't have asked for your credit card information if they knew it wasn't ready to ship yet. No one paid for AirPower. But some of us technically at one point paid for Galaxy Fold. They did refund it. But yeah, I just feel like they're hoping that the delays and the stretched out of everythingness just makes everybody go, I don't want it. I'll pass. I'll just get the Note 10 or the S10.
Yeah, crazy. So we got our last guest of the evening here. Let me bring in Mr. Matt Black, everything himself. Some of you guys know him as MKBHD, Marquez Brownlee. How you doing, Marquez?
What's up?
How's it going?
Marquez, man. How about iPhone season, man?
It's upon us, isn't it?
It is, dude. It is.
It
really is. So, Marquez, what I was just talking to Drew and Devin about before you popped in is the very timely Google Pixel 4 leak.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah. Timely meaning obviously very cleverly timed. I mean, are we calling it a leak or are we just calling it promo at this point?
I think at this point we could probably just call it a promo, dude.
Yeah, probably.
So the clever Pixel 4 promo.
Under the table
Leak.
promotion.
Right.
Yeah. No, yeah, they look good. I mean, there's not a whole lot design wise to get excited about for that phone, but 90 hertz I'm really hoping is true. And the camera, all the new camera stuff we just saw with night sight and whatever motion capture, I forgot exactly what the rumor is, but
motion mode.
Yeah, it's going to be a good camera. I think we can pretty much count on that.
I hope they can hit 4K 60 this year. That's my one request.
That would be nice.
Catch up with the iPhone 8.
Oh my god, it's crazy. So Marquez, did you have a Galaxy Fold pre-order by chance?
I did not have a pre-order, no.
All right, so I'll ask you anyway though. How do you feel about how Samsung is handling the people who held fast to their pre-order, even though when the Fold was going out in smoke, people still held on to their pre-orders, and then like just this week, Samsung just canceled all their pre-orders and gave them a gift credit or whatever. How do you feel about how they handled that?
I thought that was, I mean, it's the least they can do, but it's also much better than most other companies probably would have done. So I think it was solid. $250. It's a Samsung store credit or something like that. So It's not like they're giving you cash back, but I mean, that's more than they could have done for sure.
Mm-hmm. I got a little SSD out of it. So I was like, cool, worked out.
Yeah. Samsung makes a lot of stuff. So that's not for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of it's almost like a slap to their customer faces, because like I said, you had all these people that held out for the Fold, even though when it was like going out in flames, and then they finally right the ship, and now they're like, all right, we're gonna cancel all your pre-orders, so you have to re-pre-order again. So you got to get back in the K. And I'm just like, really? That's what you're doing? I don't know.
I wonder if it's because it's technically a different phone or a different thing that they're giving. I don't know if they're just being safe about the thing that you're going to get in the mail is not technically the thing you ordered, but
yeah, I think I saw something on Twitter about since it's a different SKU, they technically can't transfer the pre-orders over to the new SKUs or something like that.
Maybe that's it. Yeah,
I think I would have almost preferred. I think Renee Ritchie suggested this. That what if they just waited till next year and just came out with a Galaxy Fold 2 with an updated Snapdragon chip and just gave it a full new like reattempt instead of like trying to patch up this one almost 6-7 months after the original unveiling.
That's actually what I thought they were going to do. I was actually shocked that they even came out with a re-release, especially around this time. But I guess it makes sense for them.
Yeah, I think they've put so much time and effort into this phone that I feel like it was kind of even if it made sense to let it go and move on and do a version 2 next year, I feel like they don't want to. Like they want the legacy of the Galaxy Fold not to be stumbling across the starting line and starting over a year later. They want to make it confidently, here's our Galaxy Fold, and we're rethinking our retail experience and whatever else they said, instead of trying again next year.
It was better late than never, basically.
Yeah, like our good buddy.
Early.
Like
it's
our good
buddy. Second folding phone that you can actually buy.
Yep. After your personal favorite Marquez, the Flex Priority.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Yes, and that phone was it was a tough one.
Putting it nicely.
Just being honest. It was a tough one.
Oh man.
Wow, the new 100 million subscriber creator award.
Oh yeah, for PewDiePie and T-Series and all that stuff. Yeah. Speaking of subscribers, Mr. MKBHD, you are fastly approaching 10 million, and I think you got something special planned for 10 million, if I remember correctly, right?
Nothing too crazy. I mean, it's kind of wild that that's even a number that we're getting towards in the first place. But yeah, what the K reveal, that's one thing, but also the little side bet I have with Linus. I don't know how many people have caught this, but Linus is also around 9 million subscribers at this moment. And we have a little side bet going where whoever gets to 10 million first, the loser has to do an ad spot for the other person's channel while wearing their merch.
Oh,
so
Linus is used to that.
Linus is used to doing that. Yes. It would be pretty extra funny if he did beat me and I had to do a video wearing all his merch, but that's my extra little incentive to get going.
Yeah, you can't let them get you, Marquez. You can't let them get you.
No, I think you got this.
Yeah, but I think everybody's like most excited, honestly, for the cable reveal, man. They've been waiting for this for years now.
Same.
And yeah, we'll finally get it.
All right, before we get into the hardcore into the Apple stuff, Marquez, you finally did it, man. You finally did it. I've been talking to you about this for months now, and you finally went ahead and did it. Now, when I put out a podcast, it's little to no fanfare. When Marquez put out a podcast, it's on the front page of The Verge and every other USA Today. But you finally got the podcast launched, man. So how does it feel to be now a podcast host now?
It's a lot of fun, and it's like I find myself thinking all the time, wow, I'm really glad I have this podcast, because there's a lot of things we talk about and like little nuanced thoughts we have that don't make it into videos.
Yeah.
And we talk amongst ourselves about that, but then it just never, I don't tweet it. So it just bounces off the walls in here and no one ever sees it or hears it. So yeah, it feels nice to have a medium to talk out, really get in the weeds, and we'll have guests on and things like that coming up pretty soon. So I think it's been a lot of fun so far. We're learning.
You got Andy as your co-pilot, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I think it'll get better. Just like the videos have gotten better, the more we do it, the more we get better at it. So I got to learn from the Tylosive method and start just cranking them out. Just make a podcast.
That's right. I'm glad we inspired you to make a podcast.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Marquez, I think Drew had an invitation open for you to be a guest on his podcast.
No pressure.
That's been well, I got to do it now. Like there's been all kinds of other podcasts that have, I haven't like been a guest on other podcasts very often until like now that I'm also in the podcast world. They're like, oh yeah, come be on our podcast. And like, there's this whole cross promo action thing. I'd never seen this world before. So yeah, I'm doing the guest podcast thing now. It's fun. And I have a mic. It's great.
Whoa.
Now, what mic are you using right now?
I mean, it's just a Yeti, but
that's a Yeti. Okay.
It feels pro, but I have the Shure SM7B behind me, and that's been there.
Oh, you upgraded. Because remember the last time you were using or you were testing the Rode Procaster, the Rode Procaster, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great interface and a great recorder, but it's not a great preamp. So what we did was, this is again getting in the weeds, but we got these cloud lifters is what they're called, and they're these sort of external amplifiers for the Shure.
That's
the Shure is a really quiet mic, and so if you just try to get all your gain through a not very good amplifier, you'll start to get noise floor, and it's not actually that good sounding. So Cloud Lifter pro tip. I'm literally uploading a video with this information in it right now. But yeah, so that's been the setup for the podcast is SM7B, Cloud Lifter, and still recording with the Rode Procaster. Is it called a Procaster?
I think
Rodecaster.
Oh, okay.
Rodecaster. Yeah.
Procaster Pro. Not enough pros in the name.
Is it called the Pro? I hate that everything is called.
So we got our buddy El Jefe who said long form content is king, and what like Marquez was saying earlier, you can get a lot of stuff out in podcast that you just can't cover in a normal video, and it's definitely a good way to extend on some stuff that we can't cover in videos, because can't make videos too long because then people get disinterested in things like that. But podcasting, the whole new world.
Yeah.
There's also like a huge demographic for enjoying content while you're also doing something else that's not that mindful, like while you're driving or while you're working. And I see a lot of people appreciate podcasts for that reason. So that's why I like doing it too.
Oh yeah. we know about the Apple Sheep rant, so you get in podcast form, it's legit. So
if I did Apple Sheep Overdrive for like a solid hour, I think I would die.
Probably. I've seen those rants. Those are
some people would like that.
Absolutely. They would subscribe to Heartbeat, no doubt.
Already HD. Yeah, that's wild.
You got some fast processing going on there. Okay, nice.
I usually, you guys all know YouTube processing takes a while. I just uploaded a 16-minute video, and I fully expected to have to wait like 3 hours for that to process, and it's already HD. That's insane.
Oh, wow. So the real question is, though, what's your internet speed like over there?
The internet speed is not that crazy. It's like 100 up and down.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I've seen, I'm sure you've seen some 5G speeds out there. It gets a lot better than that. So it's more about how fast YouTube processes it.
Yeah, but 5G's not really in the home quite yet. But yeah, I mean,
how close are you? Like close to like? Can you get 5G where you're at or no?
When I'm at work, yeah. At home, no.
Okay.
Yeah. When I'm at work, I have it right outside my building. Go ahead, Devin.
Is it only downtown?
Yeah, it's only downtown right now. They haven't extended it out yet. Yep. So, Drew, let's get into it, baby. iPhone keynote next week.
Yep.
We practically pretty much know everything, but you made a dedicated video. I talked about this a little bit. We are expecting a one more thing, Drew. So let's talk about what are your potential thoughts on a one more thing, man.
It's terrible. I hate that CoinX tweeted this, because what's happening is I'm getting my hopes up and my brain's trying to fill in like what could be the one more thing, and anything that's disappointing doesn't make sense, and anything that makes sense I'm getting too excited for. So I'm trying to just calm down about it, but I can't.
And go ahead. Yep.
Sorry. To me, like, the AR glasses, as early as it seems, makes the most amount of sense, because anything else I think of is them misusing those words. And ever since CoinX tweeted that, I've gone back and looked at like other keynotes where they use the one more thing, and they don't use that lightly. They don't use it for small things. They don't use it for small upgrades. And I've seen a lot of different theories, but the one that at the same time is like, it doesn't feel like the tech is ready yet, is the one that makes the most amount of sense. So I'm worried that CoinX is just trolling us right now.
I really hope it's the AR glasses. But Marquez, what are your thoughts on the one more thing?
Honestly, before all of this hype, I had never heard of CoinX, so I hadn't gotten my hopes up. I follow a couple leak things, and I've seen Gurman's stuff, and like I followed it pretty closely, and I saw the one more thing hype, and I have not gotten my hopes up at all. So I'm expecting a pretty boring, like, standard iPhone keynote.
See, this is the thing. Like, I'm kind of getting excited too, but then John Prost had to go and rain on my Cheerios about the Apple tag. They better not use the Apple tag as the one more thing, Marquez and Drew. And kids, I will be mad. Like, don't do that to us, Apple. Don't do that to us. That's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think that's a one more thing.
Yeah, to give you some perspective, AirPods was not a one more thing. That was something brought up when listing the features of the iPhone 7. So as big as a deal that was not considered to Apple standards like that. That's not a one more thing. Though it totally could have been. They could have gone forward with the whole event and then been like, but we removed the jack, but we have one more thing.
You know what I need? Is like a history of the last times they've said one more thing and what each one of those has been over the years.
I can give you a brief one.
Okay, go for it.
So the very last one was the iPhone 10 in 2017.
Right.
And that was because they announced like everything else first, and then the iPhone 10 was the last one, but it wasn't really that big of a surprise because we all knew about it leading up. There were like the leaks were everywhere. And then the one before that, chat can correct me if I'm wrong, was the Apple Watch all the way back in 2014. So they don't drop these types of things often. Before that, it was either like, I think it was either the very, very original like MacBook Air, or it was like the first generation Apple TV. But it's definitely not something they would do often. So given AirPods weren't a one more thing, I don't think Apple Tag would be.
I think somebody said that Tim Cook used it to announce Apple Music, I think, which is to please.
So I've been at these events, and he's sometimes just said one more thing, but like not very dramatically on stage. So he'll go through his events, and then he'll get to the end and he'll say, and we have one more thing, blah, 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 blah. And it doesn't get the whole slide behind him, like one more. It's not the dramatic one more thing. Mm-hmm. It's like and one more thing, we also did this. So yeah, if he's saying like there's a big dramatic one more thing, I have no idea.
I don't know, man. That's not a tweet that you just put out there. I think this is gonna be something serious. And I am Drew, like me and Drew, I'm really hoping that it's the AR glasses. But Devin, what are your thoughts, man? What do you think could be coming?
That's actually what I was thinking. Was that it's gonna be the AR glasses. I feel like, to me, for them to make that statement, I feel like that's the only thing it could be. That would at least give it that type of flair. But I'm actually trying my best to not look at a lot of rumors and a lot of things, because I don't know, for some reason I missed that shock factor, and I'm trying my best to get back to that. But the only thing I feel like it could be is those AR glasses. That's it. But I don't know. It's almost like Drew said. I don't know if it's ready for that yet. Like, is it? I don't know. I just feel like it may be a little too early for him, though.
Now you're right. It is early, but Marquez, I don't know if you saw Mr. Mobile's recent video he did with the Focus by North. Did you get a chance to watch that?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos about him.
Yeah, so the tech is out. It's still young, but the tech is out there, so it's not impossible that Apple could be in the game. But I guess we'll find out.
The thing about AR glasses and Apple, like Apple's notoriously a second mover. Like this whole notion that they'd be the bleeding edge, the first ones with like mainstream AR glasses. I like don't really buy it. I'm also curious, what would you want Apple AR glasses to do? Like, you want to like look at the cash register and pay with Apple Pay? Like, what's going on with Apple AR glasses?
Well, I did
charging me nonstop.
Right. Actually, in my one more thing video I did a few days ago, I showed like the demo that they showed at the WWDC with Apple Maps. Like when you're in the environment, right, and you're driving around, and you can see like what places are and information on those particular places in real time. So imagine putting that technology inside of Apple AR glasses. I mean, that would be legit.
Okay.
I think they need some kind of motion tracking, because that's the thing about those AR glasses that are out right now. They like project over the top of your vision, and Microsoft HoloLens does a similar thing. It's just huge and bulky and terrible battery life. But if the tech is like almost ready, I feel like they would have cameras on, not just beaming lasers into your eyes, but also putting cameras on the outside looking outward so that they can motion track projections into the real world, sort of like the HoloLens does, but in a more elegant, fashionable manner, because Apple cares about wearables and fashion and that kind of thing. So the tech, like, I can almost put all the pieces of the puzzle together and say if they took some tech from this company and they took some tech from this company and they slap their Apple optimization across the board, I feel like it could be there. But yeah, at the same time, I agree. I feel like we wouldn't get Apple glasses until we've had 2 or 3 other major companies all making some version of their own. That's expensive and clunky and doesn't work very well. But
yeah, and Apple jumps in.
Yeah, then they mainstream it basically.
Yep. Man, I don't know. I really, really hope that the one more thing is not the Apple tag, because that would just be such a waste of.
I would rather there not be a one more thing.
Seriously,
it on that.
Cancel it. One more thing. We finally figured out air power.
Some people keep saying that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they probably haven't.
Just let it go.
There's another wireless charger recently that has like 16 coils on the inside, and it can support 2 devices. Like, the idea was you could drop it anywhere on the charger, but it only works with 2. So it was like, okay, they got 60% of air power ready now.
Yeah.
And it's $200. So imagine what an Apple branded one with 3 devices at once would have been.
Yeah. So talking about iPhones, I just got a Twitter DM from our buddy Max Weinbach of XDA, and he just sent me a picture with what is just allegedly one of the iPhone XS with night mode on it. So apparently night mode is coming, and it's impressive. Like, I can't show because of I can't really show the picture, but yeah, if this is how night mode could be on iPhone, oh boy, it's gonna be good. Like, it's gonna be legit. But
I've always said, man, that the iPhone, I feel, is definitely one of the better cameras that's out there.
Oh yeah,
for smartphones, especially for video. I know it for myself. I've used the iPhone XS Max video camera a lot for videos that some people don't even notice that it's an iPhone video that I've kind of slid in between, an A7 III video. But yeah, I think overall, man, I'm looking forward to what Apple do with the cameras more than anything, because iOS 13 is going to be what it is, but I think that's what I'm more so looking forward to, because I think that's something that's going to be more globally used by a lot of people.
Yeah, and apparently the big talking point of these new iPhones is the camera update. Obviously, we got 3 cameras coming to the iPhone Pro models, and then the iPhone 11, the XR successor, is going to get an additional camera lens. So whatever Apple's doing with the camera, it should be a significant upgrade over what we saw last year. And I mean, we know Apple is pretty good with camera tech, even though they've been lagging behind the past few years with Google and Samsung. But it looks like Apple finally trying to close the gap this year. So that is exciting in itself. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they've done with the camera tech on Tuesday afternoon.
Well, what's interesting is Apple cares a lot about making sure most of the features with the iPhone camera are done in real time. You'll notice that, like, even since the 7 Plus days with portrait mode, they don't like post-process rendering. They want everything to be showcased on the viewfinder because that's how a camera would behave. But everyone who's made like a night mode usually relies on long exposure and kind of post-process it, boost the ISO and do noise reduction and that kind of thing. So if Apple goes ahead with night mode, they're kind of straying from their normal ideology a little bit of like, we want to do everything in real time. But I think that the competition's doing so much low light photography and shining in that department that Apple's realizing they can't stick to their render everything in real time thing. So they're going to have to move away from that and go into the post-process thing. But with the A13 chip, it should be really fast.
Yeah, definitely interested to see what they can do in real time. Mm-hmm. And now I got to bring in my man Simply Pop because he asked me last time. He hit me in the DM. He was like, "Viper, if you ever get Marquez back on stream, I need to come in and talk to Marquez." I'm like, "Dude, I got you." So
Marquez,
Simply Pop, what's up, bro? What's up, man? How you doing, man?
What's going on, Marquez? Tell us Tech, C-Kid.
Welcome,
man. Thank you,
Simply
Bobby,
Pop. Yo, no doubt, man. What you think about these iPhones coming next week, man? What are your thoughts?
Same, the same shit, different year, But honestly, I don't know how I feel about the camera modules, man. I have a iPhone 11 model here, and I don't know how I feel about the third camera, or it's just looking like that. But we gotta wait and see how the public is gonna react to it. But I think it's something that everybody's gonna get used to. But I do like the fact how Apple is going to move the Apple logo to the center to make it more neater. I definitely do appreciate that change. So we just got to wait and see how everybody's going to react to it. But me personally, not really a fan of it at all.
I think Apple is also notorious for doing things that may be out of the norm. And then all of a sudden, we go back and we'll say, it's not that bad. Like, or it's one of those things that's like, we just get used to it type of thing.
Right.
It's just like AirPods,
or the notch.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I mean, like, when I first started the render for the iPhones, I'm like, man, that's ugly. But truth be told, when the phone comes out, and people start using it. No one's going to care about how the phone looks on the back. You don't look at the back of the phone when you're using it, so nobody's going to care. The only thing that they're going to care about is if the thing takes good pictures or not. If it takes excellent pictures, how it looks won't matter. It's still going to sell hand over foot anyway, and we're just going to go on about our business regardless.
I just Marquez, want Apple to come with a so you upload a video, man. Dope Tech 20.
Yep.
Got notifications on.
Nice. I just clicked the button like 6 seconds ago, so that's amazing.
Yeah, got it on my iPad.
I have to leave. I gotta watch this.
It's a long one. It's a long video.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Got some popcorn and chill.
Yeah, I normally watch your videos on the big screen. YouTube tell us a tech too. Like, you gotta experience the 4K-ness,
Yeah.
Surround
or the
sound.
60 FPS.
Yeah, exactly.
Buttery.
Yeah, Marquez told me that he just hit the upload button as soon as I sent him the link, so he was already at work on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it went fast.
Yeah.
Marquez be working, man. It's hard to get Marquez in these streams, man. Dude, he stay busy, but I appreciate him taking that time out tonight, no doubt.
Yeah. Right, yeah, appreciate the grind. Yeah. Every video is good. Every video is good. And same thing with Tell Us a Tech. I just watched your video. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday, talking about the position of the Apple logo. I agree everything.
Oh, thank you.
I watch.
It could be completely wrong. That's the funny thing. The case manufacturers are just putting it there. We don't know if Apple gives them that info or not, but if they move it, that's fine. If they don't, whatever. I thought people were getting over angry about something that really didn't matter.
And of course, I got to bring in the guy who's been giving me the info about the iPhone. What's up, Max Weinbach? What's up, bro?
Hey. How you doing?
What's going on, Max?
What up, Max?
So, Max, you said you got some more info about these cameras, huh?
Yep. So, my source was telling me earlier that the HDR is supposed to outdo all of Google, Samsung, Huawei.
What?
So, yeah, that's what you're saying. And the A13 is made, the ISP in it is going to be insane, and that's what's helping with the night mode pictures I sent you. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, cool.
Oh, and then
justify the weirdness.
Yeah, when they add the time of flight sensor to the back, you can expect portrait mode video.
Wait a minute. So are we saying that these new iPhones are coming with a time of flight sensor, Mac?
No, probably next year when they're also adding USB Type-C.
Wait, what? Really?
In 2020, Apple's trying to add Type-C to all of their lineup.
Finally.
Wait. Let me make sure I heard this right, Max. Are you telling me that iPhone next year are coming with USB Type C? That means Lightning
Either
is
next
gone.
year, 2020, 2021, they're going Type C.
So Lightning is going away. Bye-bye.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's time. It's time.
I mean, there's still a bunch of Lightning accessories. This keyboard right here is Lightning. The
I was
trackpad
told
is
specifically
Lightning.
about that. They're
Mouse
switching.
remote.
They're going to release a new version of it with Type C.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
So basically, Max is saying, "Wait, don't buy this one."
So Type C AirPods, Type C all the things.
Don't buy
They're
this
trying
one.
to go Type C for everything. That's 2020. So they're going to start shifting over in 2020 when they're going to start relaunching products with Type C. Then I think by 2023, 2024, everything's going to be Type C.
Now, this goes
real,
directly against what we know about Apple because we know they make money off of Lightning peripherals and things like that. So are we really going to believe that? Are we to believe it, though?
It makes sense.
I
mean,
don't know.
it makes
I don't
it
think
know
Apple
how-
knows what they're doing next year. They kind of go by the month. So
Oh my God. So Drew, we keep hearing about this tile tracker thing, and some of the questions on Twitter is it going to be like a subscription service to like have that feature, or they're going to just charge a one-time fee for the hardware? Or how? What do you think they're going to do with this?
God, you just made me like 100% less interested in the tile tracking now. I thought this was just going to be a hardware thing, but now,
thought so
now
too,
that you
but I'm
said
hearing
it's service, it makes complete sense. They're in the
That's what I'm
service
hearing,
again.
Drew. That's what I'm hearing.
Now I'm
Marquez,
totally
what
not
do you
in.
think, Marquez? What do you think about this?
About the tile tracking?
Yeah, about when is it going to be a subscription or is it going to be straight up hardware?
Oh, good question. I didn't actually think about that. I mean, I'm looking more at like the feature set and how I think Apple can do it like really, really well. So I'm actually kind of excited for it. But a subscription model,
That's a good idea for Apple.
I mean, Apple's knee deep in
Apple.
subscriptions at this point. So why not? Why not another one? $3
Well,
a
TV
month.
Plus is going to flop. So
Everybody trying to get you $6-7 a month.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Drew with the bomb, though. TV
that's
Plus
what
is going to
tonight's
flop.
video's on. I haven't uploaded it yet, but it's done.
So, Marquez, what do you think about Apple TV Plus? Do you think it can succeed or you think it's going to bomb too?
I think it's going to be a quiet fourth place. So from Apple, yeah. No, I don't do much TV watching myself. I have YouTube TV. That's my only subscription. I have a Netflix account. I don't use Hulu. I have no reason to even try Apple's version.
So you don't want to watch Dickinson?
Yeah, no,
It looks
Not
so
really.
good.
it's not really tugging me. I don't feel like the need to spend the money on it for some reason. So
All right. So before I go any further, I need to issue a couple of congratulations. You Marquez, you just recently crossed 9 million. Congratulations on that. Oh, and also congratulations on your Ultimate Frisbee Championship too.
Thank
you. Getting it done.
Still
my
a
man-
beast, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He out there like Randy Moss on him. And my man Deke get up there just hit 14,000 on the tube. Congrats, bro. No doubt.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate
No
you.
doubt.
Oh yeah, I be seeing your raps, man. Like, yo, you got bars, man.
I
Jeez.
appreciate you, bro.
Oh, he be getting it done, man. He be getting it done. So, Devin, man,
What
what do you think about TV Plus? Is they gonna do things and they're gonna go? Pew?
I think honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna do well just because it has the Apple branded behind it. Am I personally gonna get it? No. I'm more so looking more towards Disney for like a lot of my streaming. I
that's
think
the
I'm
one.
really hyped for Disney.
You and everybody else.
Yeah, like I'm really hyped for that one. But Apple, there was nothing really about. I don't even own an Apple TV. I don't really have a need for it. I use NVIDIA Shield for all of my streaming stuff, which is just a beast. But I don't know. I think it's gonna do well just because I feel like all Apple products it just does well. But yeah, I'm personally not gonna get it. No, I'm going 100% Disney. Disney and Netflix.
Yeah, I don't have much interest in TV Plus anyway either because they're basically relying on all original programming, and we have no idea if these programs are going to be worth anything. So until we know what these programs are going to be about and what they're coming with, that's a hard sell, especially at $10 a month. That's a hard sell.
Yeah, the
Definitely.
lineup didn't excite me. Honestly, like when they announced it, like the lineup didn't have me like, oh, I can't wait. Like it was, I don't know, it wasn't nothing that was just like exciting to me. So I
It
was just
sounded like
hey,
they were going for big name actors instead of
Yep.
actually good content.
exactly. I think
Yeah,
they were
that's
throwing
true.
out a lot of big names when they had the release of it. But like I said, I think it's gonna do well, but I'm not hyped. I'm not hyped for it at all.
Yeah, me too. I'm not really. I don't have an Apple TV. That's probably the only Apple product I don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one. I mean, sometimes I watch all my streaming and things like that on it, but it's not a must have at all. But I mean, it's nice. It's nice that they have it as an option, but and apparently it's supposed to be a new one we might get at the keynote next week. They're talking about a possible new Apple TV. I don't know how many people are going to care, but apparently we might get a new one next week.
I don't even know what the difference is.
Needed. Like,
it's gonna have the 812 chip.
What would you do with it?
They got a new processor in it, the 812 chip.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead, Mac. What were you saying?
What could they upgrade?
The processor. That's it. Just the processor.
A10X is still really fast, though.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
Right.
my point. I don't think Apple would release something new just for a new processor. It doesn't make sense for them.
I mean, it's been a couple of years since we've had a new Apple TV, so I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, it'll probably come with some more bells and whistles for. I mean, other than the processor, I don't know what else they could do with it.
I think they should change the remote. The remote need a redesign.
OnePlus remote is like the OnePlus remote is like an exact clone of it.
Yeah.
Oh, do not get you started on the remote, bro. Don't do it.
Yeah, remote.
They need to make
but
an Apple TV stick. They need a more affordable, cheaper one.
Right.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah,
we talked about this
I
the last time me, you and Renee were on here talking about that last time. Yeah, that would be cool.
Exactly.
That would
They don't
be cool,
need a
man.
faster CPU.
Yep, I agree.
Slap an A9 in there. Call it good.
That I would buy, only just so I can be able to stream from my phone to my TV. That's it.
Sure.
The only reason I would buy it.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
So, Simply Pop, we were talking about earlier about possible Apple AR glasses. What are your thoughts on those?
Sounds so cool, man. I mean, the future of that, like, I want to try that so bad. That's gonna be so cool. But I'm concerned about the price tag, but it's gonna be so fun to try out. If they come out with that, that's gonna be super duper dope. Getting all your iMessages, through the glasses, and it's gonna be pretty cool. But I'm curious to see that price.
$1,000 ever spent. A bargain.
Right.
So, Drew, are you excited like I am about the possibility of a multi-angle Face ID on this year's iPhone?
Yeah. No, that's definitely something, because I think a lot of people fall on either side of the coin. I see a ton of people that say Face ID is great, much better than Touch ID, and I also see a ton of people say Touch ID is way better than Face ID. But I think Face ID is still in this kind of, aside from the iPad Pro, like a first generation mode, and we haven't really had a chance to see what like an upgraded a couple of years down the road, like what can Face ID truly be when it has more potential and it has more attention put into it. So yeah, I think that could help transition more people over if it worked from more angles and from further away or from landscape and whatnot. Like having all the different options for people could help them understand why it can be better than Touch ID for the long run. Yeah,
and being able to unlock your phone while it's face down or flat on a table is definitely a cool idea. Yes. I like that.
Exactly.
But Marquez, they're talking about the possibility of unifying Face ID and Touch ID in the next 2 or 3 years. How you feel about that, man?
I believe it. I think the 2020 iPhone is going to be immensely more impressive and interesting than this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Given
hands down.
If they're keeping the notch the same, if they're keeping the design so similar, like next year's iPhone, maybe new design, maybe USB Type-C, maybe new features, maybe Touch ID comes back. Like all these things get really interesting next year. So I'm pumped for that iPhone. And yeah, it makes sense bringing the screen so I guess the rumor was it would be larger than that little circle. It would be like a large portion of the screen would be able to read.
I know something about that.
Yeah, so that would be pretty nice.
That would be. And I've been screaming and hollering about Apple having multiple biometric points of entry for the last year. So for them to finally get around to doing it would be excellent. Please do that.
Oh yeah,
they're watching your vids, Viper.
I hope so.
That's the only explanation. I can't think of another
one. So Matt, I see you over there. Tomorrow you got details. What you got for me, man?
Galaxy S11, 25% of the screen will be fingerprint scanner, ultrasonic.
But will it be faster though? Will it be faster? Because the current one is trash.
The actual fingerprint scanner on the S10 and Note 10 is really fast, but the software on it is terrible. I mean, it is bad. You can see it in like the delay. It's slow. Also, I just got a text. I'm getting a phone call in about 40 minutes about the new Fold pre-order dates.
You are just
27th.
Man, he the plug. Max over there to plug, man.
I got everything.
Max over there got all the info.
By the way, if you guys send me a DM on Twitter, I can send you that night mode photo from the iPhone.
Yeah, that looks legit, man. That's
good. Hey, not all fingerprint readers under the glass are created equal.
No.
I've had this ROG Phone 2 for a little while now, and it's It's not as good. I mean, I did a registering it on a live stream, and it was notably slower. And I just came from the OnePlus 7 Pro, which is optical, but this is also optical. Takes its dear sweet time. Yeah.
Would you really say that's the best Android phone right now out?
No.
On paper?
On paper, yes.
Yeah.
But that's different. And that's kind of the point of the video I'm making. But on paper, if you just look at specs and you're the person who's like, I have X dollars and I want the best specs possible, get the ROG phone. You have the biggest battery, you have Snapdragon 855 Plus, all that stuff. But I still find myself recommending OnePlus 7 Pro to people who have never even heard of OnePlus because it's the best phone for the money.
I'm about to say, Marquez, we both know who has the best fingerprint sensor on the market right now. OnePlus is killing everybody, man. They're killing everybody.
Yeah.
The worst thing about that phone is actually, honestly, to me, a toss-up between the camera and the sort of curved edges that get kind of annoying after a while. And that's not that bad. So I've been recommending that phone for a couple months.
I did a video comparing the Note 10 Plus and the 7 Pro last week, and I don't know, I like the phone. It's a very good phone, but I just found that my honeymoon phase died real quick on the OnePlus 7 Pro, and I'm having a great time using the Note 10. I don't know if it's because the Note 10 has a more of a feature set or whatever, but I don't know. I just kind of got bored with OnePlus 7 Pro, but that's not taking anything away from the phone itself because the phone is amazing. I mean, God, that phone is awesome.
Yeah.
True.
Also, Marquez, which one is your daily right now? The Note 10 or the OnePlus 7 Pro?
ROG.
Oh, you rocking the ROG? Okay.
I just got it, so I'm testing it. So I've put my SIM card in it, and so it's my daily. Before now, it was OnePlus 7 Pro.
So can you tell visibly a difference between 90 and 120, or is it just above 60 to you?
In the one day that I've used it, I think yes.
Okay.
And I don't think most people will.
No. Most can't tell over 60.
Yeah. I've asked people if they can tell the difference between 90 and 60. I've gotten a surprising amount of no's.
Right. I've noticed that too.
I very clearly can see the 90 versus 60 difference and very much prefer 90. I don't think I'd care 90 versus 120, but I think I can kind of see the difference.
Okay.
Have you ever used a 240 hertz monitor?
Yeah, it was one of my
I have one that I use for everything, and it is so nice.
It spoils you because you go back to a 60 hertz screen and you're like, there's a problem.
Yeah.
So
Great.
So my dude Tech ran talking about how slow is the fingerprint sensor on the S10 compared to the OnePlus 7 Pro. Bro, it's noticeable, bro. I have both phones. It is noticeable. I mean, if you don't have a OnePlus 7 Pro, then it's not that bad. I mean,
it's only noticeable because you do it so often during the day. Honestly, he said hundredths of a second or seconds. It really only is a tenth of a second slower. But when you do that tenth of a second slower over and over and over again,
hundreds of times a day,
you have the context that Viper has of using a faster one, then you do notice it.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer Touch ID.
So the fingerprint scanner in the 7 Pro is a synaptic fingerprint scanner. I believe it's 5th gen. I think phones coming out soon should be able to have that same one. I think the Huawei Mate 30 will probably have it.
Apparently, our buddy Travis is going to elaborate on this tomorrow in his video. Look forward to that, Travis.
Okay,
cool.
All right, but yeah, like I said, it's not terrible. The Note 10 fingerprint sensor. I mean, it works. It does what it's supposed to do. But compared to side by side with the OnePlus 7 Pro, don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, what you want?
OnePlus literally has a division of the company dedicated to just making things quick. So I understand why everything feels so speedy.
Yo, shout out to my man Jeff, my head of security, man. Hey, this channel is, I think it's right now, before the stream, we're on 784. So, man, if you guys are new here, please consider subscribing because every Friday night, pretty much, it can get lit like this, man. These live streams be off the chain. So, if you guys like what you dig the content, you know what to do, man. Just hit that subscribe button or come back, do what you got to do.
Hey guys, I got an early practice tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna wrap it up here in the studio. But it was definitely nice talking to all you guys about the
MK Marquez
of the day, the hour.
Hey Marquez, man, thank you for coming in on, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you for hosting Vyp.
I'll see you next year because I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get you no more this year.
I'll see you guys.
All right, MK.
All right, later, man.
Bye.
Shout out to my man Marquez for making the time tonight. I know how busy he is, but he's pretty cool, man. I'll be like, yo, can I get on your calendar? And he just tell me when he's available, and we make it happen.
It's nice of you to promote smaller channels like that, Viper. It's cool.
Yeah, for real. Yes.
I mean, I know, Because I never have smaller channels on the live to you, right?
you gotta make time for the little guys.
Oh, no doubt. Showstopper, what's up, man? I gotta get you in here at some point, Showstopper. We gotta talk about these new consoles, man. How you doing? So, besides the new cameras on the iPhone, Drew, we're talking about reverse wireless charging, which Samsung phones have already had.
Yep.
I don't know if Apple could do anything different with that. Especially with the Note 10, the Note 10 reverse wireless charging is actually fast wireless charging, which is just blows my mind. Like how wow. And we know Apple's not doing anything like that, but it'll be nice to have it on iPhone just for the AirPods, so that'd be cool.
No, I'm glad they're adding it. When I used my S10, I honestly didn't find a lot of practical use cases for that. I didn't find there being a lot of times where I needed, like, the thing is, headphones don't, at least AirPods, really don't need to be charged super often. I guess it depends on how much you use them, but there's very few times, at least in my lifestyle, where I need to charge them like every night. Usually I can go 2 to 3 days before a charge. So the idea that you're like on the go and you can afford to like not use your phone for a long period of time and put it face down and then put the AirPods on, it's neat, it's cool, but it's just, I don't know, it's not a feature I see myself using a lot.
So, Devin, I'm going to shoot this one to you, man. Showstopper wants to know if the Note 10 worth buying. Now, Showstopper, are we talking about the Note 10 or the Note 10 Plus? Because in the tech world, we don't even consider the Note 10, bro. The Note 10 is like, it don't exist.
I'm going to tell you now, don't get the Note 10. Unless it's a budget thing. I'm not going to say that. If it's a budget thing, then yeah, get the Note 10. If that's where you at. Note 10 Plus, no doubt, I would buy it. I'm still testing it out, but I mean, my consensus overall, man, I think it's dope. It's a dope phone. I just shot a video where I did the whole video shooting using the camera.
I saw that. That was legit, bro.
Yeah, like it shocked me when I got into post or whatever, editing the video. I was pretty shocked on the camera, man. But as far as the battery life in it is crazy. It's crazy. I will say that. That's actually the one thing. It's actually a question I was going to ask all of y'all, but after that is talk about the iPhone. But as far as overall, man, I think the phone is dope. I got it right here. I think overall it's a dope phone. I would get it. But if you're coming from a Note 9, I probably wouldn't get it.
Nope.
But if you're coming from like a Note 8, I would definitely upgrade because there's definitely some things about it that's dope that I think is an upgrade from a Note 8. But if you're coming from a Note 9, there's no way I would buy it personally.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in agreement with Devin. The Note 9, if you have a Note 9, you don't need the Note 10 or the Note 10 Plus. Like I said, me personally, I wouldn't even consider the Note 10 unless, like you said, since you just don't have the money for the extra for the Note 10 Plus. The Note 10 does not exist in my world. That phone does not exist. So when you talk about Galaxy Note 10 with me, you're talking about the Note 10 Plus, and I can definitely recommend the Note 10 Plus. It's an amazing device. I mean, I take it practically everywhere. It's awesome, but I would recommend it.
The Note 10 Plus is really the Note.
Yes.
Like if we just being honest, like that's really the Note phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know why they did that though.
You said you don't want to get it?
No, I don't know why they like made the Note 10.
Oh, okay.
They should just went straight to the Plus.
I agree. I mean, I get it because there's a market there. I get it from a business perspective because there is a market of people who don't want to pay over $1,000 or whatever for a phone, but it's like
it's getting the skin and bone version.
It's like the Note has never been that though, and I think that's where people kind of got up in arms about it. But again, I get it. But for those people, they gave you an option. They gave you the Plus. So
yeah, so that's true. You get more options.
And real Note fans know the Plus is the real Note.
LeBaron's like, it's not a Note. You're right, LeBaron. I agree with you, LeBaron. The Note 10 is not a Note, man. Russell Jennings, you just missed the man. Marquez was here about 30 minutes, and then he had to go, but he was here. So
I got a question for all y'all, man. So we was talking about the iPhone. What is one thing that I don't know if do all y'all got the 10s Max or 10s? All right, so
I have a 10.
You got a 10. Okay, so what is the one thing that if you had to change about the iPhone, what is one thing that frustrates you? I would say.
Don't get me started, dude. Don't get me started. You already know. You know what
I already got one, but I want to hear from y'all, like because honestly, all the stuff we were talking about earlier with with the cameras and all of the features and coming and all of that, all of that is great, but there's still one thing that I need them to fix, and that is the battery power on the iPhone. The battery power is trash. Like it's trash, man. Like I'm charging this phone at least twice, 2-3 times a day.
Yo,
It's
Pop.
trash.
Yo, Pop. Once that thing falls through, yep, yep. I agree, C-Kid. I agree. The battery life suspect. Yep.
Okay. I would say maybe the camera bump. I think it's time to get rid of it. Make the phone a little bit more thicker.
Yeah.
Makes the phone look a lot more better, in my opinion.
B-Mac agrees with you. Yeah, make the camera flush.
Yeah. Make it nice and flush.
I agree with both of you. I think for the sake of giving a different answer than everybody else, I'll say that even though I never plug in my phone, I charge everything inductively. I still would like them to adopt USB-C just for the consistency's sake, and we can finally put that argument to rest. Yes. I don't expect everyone to charge inductively, but I think it would simplify the lineup so much more if you knew you could take your phone, your iPad, your MacBook everywhere with one charger.
Yep. You know, I just made an entire podcast about my complaints about this thing, but since he asked, I will embellish you all again. Where is the multitasking? Where is it? I'm looking for it. We got about an Amber Alert because I need multitasking on iPhones and I don't have it. This whole app switching thing is not multitasking. It is app switching. I feel like I need to put multitasking on a milk carton for iPhones because it's missing. Where is it? Where is it?
Have you seen me?
God.
No, I feel you on that one, Viper. Like I feel like, but again, it's the Apple way. Like they let everybody else figure that out, and then Apple comes up. Maybe we'll get it into Pro. I don't know. Pro. I mean, they calling it a Pro. We'll see.
I think it's really just a software thing too. Maybe iOS 13.1 or maybe iOS 14. But we just gotta wait and see.
I feel like if they would have made that upgrade, they would have announced it at WWDC. So I don't see it coming this year.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one.
So Drew, there are rumors flying around out there that the iPhone Pro could come with Apple Pencil support.
Oh my God. They've been saying that since the Apple Pencil first came out.
Yep.
Ever since the Apple Pencil came out, every next generation iPhone is going to have Apple Pencil support. But no one ever actually thinks about why that is not a good idea. No one ever considers it. They just like, I want Apple Pencil support. I want Apple Pencil. Well, think about it for a second. For one, the Pencil is freaking longer than the phone itself. This is a Max. Okay. So you would have to carry this around, but it's not going in the phone. They're not doing that. So you would have to, and it can't dock to the side of the phone like the iPad. So you're just carrying this thing around in your pocket or in some bag or something, just so you can. What are you an art? Like, are artists drawing? Like, I don't see that. I think that would be the ultimate Steve Jobs roll in the grave moment. I think there's a justification for the iPad because that's more of a canvas, and he was referring to the iPhone during that event when he said, "Who wants a stylus?" But for artists who want to draw on something larger that's more the size of a piece of paper, I totally get it. For something that goes in the pocket, it's ridiculous. And because iPhones have Lightning right now, the pairing method would involve taking out the cap and plugging it in like this.
Oh my God.
Just to connect it, and then you just keep it in your pocket. What? In college, I used to keep my Apple Pencil in my pocket. It was horrible. I hated it.
But that wouldn't be.
Tell you don't want to do that.
If that's how they actually had you charging it, that wouldn't be far off. Because I mean, we look at the Magic Mouse.
That's horrible.
That whole design wreck.
Thing is, that's once every 6 weeks, and it doesn't involve the pairing. That's like you flip a switch, and then it connects. That would be like, okay, unbox the Pencil. Here we go. And they're already embarrassed by that. That's why they made the two. You know what?
This is funny that we're talking about Apple and everything because Drew, I don't know if you keep up with me or not, but a couple of weeks ago, I think actually no, it was just last week, I was involved in a Saturday night tech fight. I was debating somebody about Apple and tech, and my friend LeBaron took the stance that Tim Cook is bad for Apple. Drew, can you please explain to this man why Tim Cook is good for Apple? I need you to explain it as only the Apple sheep can, man.
I could argue why Steve Jobs would be bad for Apple today. I think that's a longer debate, but no, Tim Cook makes much more sense as a CEO of a company that's, $1 trillion market cap, like that kind of thing. Steve Jobs was a visionary, but he would not have been great in Apple in today's modern world. As long as he was in the CEO position, if he was just maintaining the hardware and stuff, that would be fine. But Tim Cook is a really, really good a person who brings people together. Like he's good at being able to meet with like even politicians and talk about like trade wars and that kind of thing. Like Steve would have been awful at that sort of stuff. Can you imagine like with all the kind of import tariffs we're talking about right now, if Steve Jobs had to go talk to the president? Can you imagine those two alphas in a room together? It would have been so violent. Steve would have thrown that stuff at him. I don't know. Like Tim, you need a calm-minded, like understanding, very supportive guy who's always donating to different, organizations and stuff like that to represent a company of that size. Because like John Prosser says, in today's day and age, we don't really need huge innovations. We need compromises. We need to find the packages that meet the most amount of people possible. And Steve wasn't usually about that. He was usually like, buy my phone. I know it's expensive, but it's the best and you're going to pay for it. It wasn't until Tim Cook that we kind of got these ideas of like, well, maybe some people don't need all those premium features. Maybe they want a more affordable one. And you had stuff like the 5C and now the 10R and diversity in screen sizes, which Steve Jobs, at least when he was around, was not like super into that. He was kind of like, no, everybody gets on my level. This is how big the iPad is. This is how big the iPhone is. And wasn't really interested on moving on that. Whereas Tim Cook has been much more okay with like, you know what, let's make a smaller iPad. Let's make a bigger iPad. Let's make an affordable iPad. Let's make an affordable phone, a big phone, a small phone. Like he's just more accepting to the day-to-day stuff and also really good at handling Apple as like political as things get these days. So I think Steve was necessary for the beginning and for the launch of a lot of their most innovative products, but long term, Apple being as big as they are, I don't think he would have stayed as CEO even if he was alive today.
My argument, Drew, is that Tim Cook has scaled the business and made Apple more money than it's ever had in its history.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's true.
More product to the consumer. He's giving the consumer more options, which has helped made Apple more money. That's my whole argument. It's not about if you like
it with the whole conversion to like we need to focus on services now. We need to find more consistent like passive income. I bet you, like I read the whole Walter Isaacson Steve Jobs book. Like I studied him a lot growing up. Even before he died, he was like a big inspiration to me. Steve would not be the kind of person to adjust to the times like that. If there were slowing down hardware sales and Tim was like, hey, we need to focus more on services, Steve would be like, no, shut up, we're gonna just focus on hardware anyway. I don't care. Like this is the way. It's got to be my way. Like the guy was arrogant towards a lot of things. I mean, that's arguably why he's not here anymore, is because he didn't like listening to people.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Cook is at the end of WWE, Roberto. Tim Cook is what's best for business, literally.
Yeah,
he definitely is.
He is. He's what Apple needed.
Because I'm telling you, that subscription model, man, that's gonna make Apple millions, man. Like, it's gonna make them
that's the money
crazy amount of money, man. And Tim Cook knows that. He knows that's where the money is. That's why a lot of companies like your Disney, like your Netflix, like your Hulu, everything is going subscription based, and you can see the success in that. So it only makes sense. And I feel like, I don't know, like you said, Drew, like I feel like Steve was great for the times that he ran it, but I think Tim is great for the times now, because the day and age we live in, man, you need a Tim Cook.
You do.
You
need a Tim Cook.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I think honestly, like, I know this is a little off topic, but I think Tesla needs a Tim Cook right now. I think Elon Musk is the Steve Jobs of that company. Who is a huge engineer, and he's really a big genius, but he really shouldn't be handling the business side of things. I think someone else who can speak a lot better on stage should kind of step in and kind of handle over the day-to-day stuff and that kind of thing. Because what you'll notice going through watching old events, which I've been doing a lot recently, is like Steve Jobs was just so freaking smooth on stage. Like he was just great on unveiling things, and you could tell like he dreamed up those days for years in his head of how he was going to unveil it, how he was going to tease it, like the iPod, a phone, an internet communication device. Like he was so good at hyping things, and Elon has that visionary perspective, but he doesn't have that swagger, he doesn't have that. He comes out on stage and stumbles over every single sentence, and it's just like we need someone in that department to kind of package these products a little bit more slick, I think.
No doubt, no doubt. Me,
We're lucky to have you.
It just cracked me up when people would say Tim Cook is bad or Tim Cook is a bad CEO. I mean, companies would kill to have Tim Cook as the CEO. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
They're using that as an excuse for the reason Apple's bad now, because it's very easy to just say that the founder of Apple knew what Apple needed, and since Tim Cook did not found Apple, he doesn't know. Like, it's such an easy argument to make of just like Steve Jobs single-handedly launched all these things, because a lot of people have that kind of silly mindset. Like Steve Jobs was the only reason Apple had anything good, where it's not true. Like he was a very small piece of a large puzzle by the time they were launching things like the iPod and the iPhone and the iPad. Those kinds of things, so much of that was being done by super talented engineers and employees that Apple had hired that have been working there for decades. That was made possible by so many people. It's such a team effort, but it's very easy to just ignore all that and just say that, no, good things happen with Steve and bad things happen when he's not there.
No doubt. Yo, shout out to my man El Jefe, man. Will always support me, dude. So you guys, just for you guys that are watching tonight, the channel is not at 1,000 subscribers, so it's not monetized yet. But if you guys want to donate, please consider buying me a coffee. The link is right there, or you can check it in the description. It's not required, but it does help me out. So I appreciate you guys showing up and watching tonight. But the link is there if you guys wish to do that. Now, I just thought Roberto said something that. So Roberto said that Elon could be CEO and be Tony Stark, but day-to-day operations should be responsibility of Tim Cook or Sheryl Sandberg. Yeah, I think that's what Drew was saying. Yeah.
Well, you know what Tony Stark eventually did?
He handed off the pepper.
He knew when he was done.
They handed off the pepper. He's like, yeah, pepper, handle it.
And then you also got to look at it like this too, man. Like, look who he had to come after.
Yeah,
you had to come after a visionary like Steve Jobs and take a company like that and be what you like. You know, take it to where you've taken it today. Like, and I feel like he's done an amazing job doing that. Like, especially the shoes you had to fill. Like, that's a big shoe to fill. And I think Tim Cook is doing this thing, man.
Yeah, there's very few shoes bigger, I think, honestly.
Exactly. Like, that's a tall order, man.
Tim, like,
follow up the guy who changed the world forever.
Right.
Nobody can tell me nothing about how Tim Cook is bad, but that's just craziness. And Tim Cook is doing his thing.
Yep.
I mean, Apple wouldn't be $1 trillion company if it wasn't for Tim Cook.
There would not be no big iPhone if Tim Cook wasn't CEO.
Yeah, that's a fact. But let's talk about Johnny Ive, though. I mean,
oh yeah,
dude is a legend.
Smart move, I think he made.
Well, elaborate on that, T-Kid.
That move that he made by leaving, I think, is going to make him even more rich. Like, you know how many companies probably hit him up in the DM like, "Hey, I got a product for you. I need you to look at." I'm not filling out designs right now. Like,
everybody's handing him blank checks.
Exactly. Like, and he's still getting the money from Apple. Like, that ain't going nowhere. Yeah. But the fact that he just opened himself up to all of Silicon Valley, like, it's such a smart move. Just to the world, not even just Silicon Valley, just the world.
Oh yeah, you know, he got a line of clients right now, man. He's not gonna be hurt for nothing.
Nothing. He had clients probably before he left.
Oh, absolutely, of course, absolutely. Like you said, they was working on. It's just like you said. They probably slid into the DM. They're like, Johnny, bro, we know you're working for Apple, but can you help us out? No doubt.
Got to the point.
That dude's a boss, man.
Yeah, his name is not Johnny Ive. It's Sir Johnny Ive. Let's get it right.
That's right.
Sir Johnny, baby. Shout out to my man Bud for the donation, Bud. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
LeBaron, man, you got to stop hating, LeBaron. You got to stop it, bro. You got to let it go, LeBaron. You got to stop being emotional about it. Tim Cook is legit. Stop being so emotional. Take the emotion out of it and understand what Tim Cook has done over the past, 8 years for Apple. Calm down, dude. It's okay. Apple is okay. I mean, like for
the time.
What's that?
Tim Cook's good for the time period Apple was in when he stepped in. Like,
oh, absolutely.
I don't think Tim Cook could have started Apple when it was, the 80s and everything. But he was a good corporate $1 trillion company leader. That's what he's good for.
It's just like C-Kid said earlier. The way that he is transitioning Apple into services, it's just it's smooth. It's smooth AF, bro.
Smart.
Yeah,
very smart.
That's where it's at. It's like I keep telling you,
they're gonna make off that Apple Card.
Oh yeah,
Man, I'm telling you now, the amount of money they're gonna make off that card is gonna be ridiculous. That's really where their bread and butter gonna come from.
the amount of money they're making off of Apple Pay though. I mean, they get like I know it's only a small percentage, but that adds up.
True.
oh yeah.
Only thing I don't like about Apple Pay. I wish Apple Pay had the same thing like
Yes!
Samsung Pay does.
Yes!
I needed to at least give me something back for using it. Like
No, not even. Oh, you talking about the rewards? I'm talking about
rewards.
I'm talking about the magnetic stripe technology. How did Apple miss that boat though?
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
that too. Because Samsung, you could use that thing everywhere.
Everywhere. Oh,
Everywhere.
Mm.
Yep.
I don't know how
I
Apple
could be
missed
wrong,
that.
but I heard that technology might be patented by Samsung and they can't use it.
Oh really?
I've been told that. I haven't verified it myself, but I've heard that a couple times.
No, but it makes sense.
It makes
But my
sense.
question is, why didn't Apple consider that when they were coming
yeah.
with Apple Pay?
For sure, they should
How,
have.
how did they miss that? I don't know. But I mean, Apple has a bunch of other things that they're going well for them, so I don't think that's going to be a big deal, especially when everybody transitioning over to NFC payment terminals anyway. So it's not going to matter much.
Right.
But
that's the
man.
future.
So Drew, what else can we? What else do we have coming with this keynote next week? Anything else you're excited about?
I'm kind of hoping we get new AirPod updates. I mean, they were hinted at earlier this year. I actually have more interest in updated AirPods than I do a new Apple Watch because the Series 4 is so solid. And anytime anyone asks me like what should they add on the Series 5, I'm like, I don't know. Like, what do you do at this point? They've nailed it across the board so far. I can't think of anything super useful they could add. I can think of little niche audience features, but nothing I would utilize on a day-to-day basis. So I don't think I'm going to get the Series 5 to keep anyways. But AirPods, on the other hand, I think even with the update we got earlier this year, could still use some updates. I still think, that was a website refresh. It was so minor. It was so basic. And we all knew it was supposed to come out in 2018 in the first place. Like the packaging had 2018 written on it. They used the Siri feature at the keynote for the 10S. Like it was so obviously ready. They were just holding on it for AirPower. But now that they can get back into more of an AirPod annual or every other year kind of refresh, I think that now would be a good year to release some new color options, switch to a matte finish like the Apple Pencil 2. I would love that. The regular AirPods are just too glossy. And they could work on active noise cancellation. They can improve the audio quality. I think like these things, basically the pods themselves, like the audio performance, hasn't changed since the iPhone 7 launched. It's been the same since 2016. So I feel like 3 years later, it's time that we don't just get like a charging case and a little bit better chip that helps with,
I agree with you. We really are due for some sound upgrade. But my biggest gripe with the AirPods right now, Drew, is the lack of volume controls on the actual pod. Can I get volume controls on the actual pod, please?
Yeah, that would be true.
Yep.
True. I agree with you. I always forget about that because I have my watch on me all the time. So I usually just change it via that. But you're right. It would be much smarter if I feel like, honestly, I know I keep bringing up the Apple Pencil too, but they could imitate kind of the one flat side design on the outside of the stem and let that be kind of like the iPod's a click wheel type thing. If you could adjust that up and down, dude, people would go gaga for that. I would love that.
That would be lit. That'll be legit.
It'll be the best $500.
No doubt. Hey, shout out to my man Even A for the donation, man. Thank you. Definitely appreciate you supporting me, man. Thank you so much. No doubt.
But, I really can't wait for the Series 5 though. Series 5, I need an upgrade. Definitely.
So Roberto said that he thinks the Series 5 will get more health kit stuff and things to help diabetics. I haven't seen anything in the tea leaves about that, but I wouldn't be surprised though. The biggest thing we
definitely care a lot about health with the watch, and honestly, that's the only direction you can really go at this point. I've heard patents of them working on stuff for diabetics, but nothing really concrete this year. A lot of people forget, but like usually between the Series 3 and the Series 4, the leaks leading up to the event were very obvious. Like we knew the Series 4 display was getting bigger, we knew the bezels were getting thinner, and the Series 3, the cellular thing was widely known before the launch. And with Series 5, literally all the reliable leakers we've had have just said there's a ceramic model coming.
And a titanium,
And now a titanium. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
You guess what? the next watch you can get a $1,500 version.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Now
they could do the blood pressure thing. They could do the glucose monitoring. But honestly, those are things that are going to be helpful for their audiences. But
they're
for everybody else, it's like, why bother? Who cares?
Yeah, whatever. So patently, Apple came out with a patent the other day that I've been talking about over the past year. Smart bands. We need to get smart bands. I don't know how this is not a thing yet. Like Apple would kill it if they had smart bands. I mean, could you imagine the features and functionality you can add to the Apple Watch with smart bands, Drew and Devin and Simply Pop? Man,
elaborate on that, Vype, because I'm curious on what that would be like.
All right, so say there's a band specifically designed to add battery life to the Apple Watch.
Oh yeah.
Like if you put the band on, you get more battery life.
Yeah, that's game changer.
Or I think the other thing they're supposed to add this year is sleep tracking. But let's say like if they don't do that, you can add a smart band just to track your sleep, or maybe a smart band to add another display to the Apple Watch. I mean, there are so many possibilities with a smart band. Can we get that would happening?
Yeah, I'm still rocking the Series 1.
Yeah. The depressing thing is I've seen did we lose Viper?
No. I'm here.
Okay. Like, wait, what happens if we lose the host?
Nope, still here.
The depressing thing is I've been seeing those patents for smart bands since before the Series 2 launch. Yeah. Like it's been a long time coming. So I feel like they're clearly like there is even a maintenance port that's hidden on the watch band connector that only Apple can access, but it allows power and data transfer. So I feel like the reason they haven't done it yet, there must be something. There must be some kind of holdup that is making it really, really complicated. My best guess is that if you want to have like smart connector type pins where the watch band attaches, then it like ruins the water resistance of some kind. Like that's my prediction, is that because these things are so easy to take off and put back on again, it's very difficult to make like a secure water resistant power and data port that doesn't require, like a plug or anything. It just kind of slides into place. And maybe that's the complicated part of it. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like there's something holding up about that. But you're right, that the potential for smart bands would make Apple Watch even more functional.
Yeah.
And just put it that much ahead of, second place.
And big shout out to my man Tech King Mike for the donation, man. Thank you, Tech King. Definitely appreciate you. But yes, can I get smart band? That would just be amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That would be dope.
But Drew, I actually know. Let me go to Devin. Devin, I got a question. So this year they're talking about adding sleep tracking to the Apple Watch Series 5, I guess. But my question is it going to come with like a low power mode? Because wouldn't that? I mean, like the battery life on the Apple Watch is good, but it's not all that great. So adding sleep tracking when theoretically you would be charging the watch overnight, I don't know, how would that work?
Man, honestly, first off, that's a feature I probably wouldn't use. I guess I'll start there. I probably wouldn't even use it. But that's a good question. Because honestly, man, I started wearing the Galaxy Watch. I bought my first Galaxy Watch, man, and the battery consumption on the thing it's insane, dude. Like I can easily go 2-3 days off of a single charge. Apple Watch, I'm charging it at least by the end of the night. Which is still decent, but if they add in sleep tracking on there, they're gonna have to either come with a larger battery, which means that the watch will probably have to be a little bit thicker, which I don't know, some people may or may not like that, but that's really not my biggest issue. One of my biggest issues that I have with it is I actually want Apple to come out with a round design. I really don't care for the square designs too much. Once I actually got the Galaxy Watch, I fell in love with the round design over the square.
Right, it's a little bit more classy, but functionality-wise, I'm not sure if it's going to be too practical. Right. But it's going to look 10 times better than the square. I agree with you.
But yeah, Apple will have to fix the battery issue before they added a sleep tracking mode or something.
I don't know, man. Go ahead, Drew.
From the leak I read, it said that it would analyze when you go to bed and like notify you a couple hours before your normal sleep time to drop it on the charger or something, and then you would wear it to bed afterwards and go throughout the rest of the day. But I honestly I can't figure out why people care that much about sleep tracking. To be honest, it's a thing that's been available for years and years and years. Like I started doing sleep tracking way back when I got my iPhone 5. There was an app that you plugged in the phone and you left it on the bed and it used audio.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Like it was weird, but to me it's not the same as activity tracking where you can be like, oh, I need to stand up, or I need to go run, or I need to go exercise. Like the sleep tracking thing, I don't understand what to do with the data. I just look at it and it's like, you didn't sleep good. I'm like, well, yeah, I know that. I don't feel good.
I feel it in the morning.
I don't need the watch telling me I didn't sleep good. I know.
Exactly.
Or if I did sleep good, it's like, you slept well. It's like, cool.
Okay, right. Like, yeah, like Drew said, what are we gonna do with that data? I guess it would help if you actually have a legitimate sleeping problem. It can maybe identify that. But other than that, what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah, I mean that's what can, even if you have a sleep problem, what's the watch gonna do? Go to a doctor.
And like Drew said, if you have a sleeping problem, chances are you have a sleeping problem. You don't need to watch to tell you that.
If you already know, like, it's kind of hard to have a sleeping problem and not know. So unlike the electrocardiogram, you can not know if you're having heart problems, and that wasn't something available before. The ECG on the watch thing was very new. No watch could do that, but sleep tracking is a thing. It's been a thing for a long time, and there's third-party apps that let you do it already with the watch, and everyone's just pumped now because it's first party, so that makes it better somehow. I don't know,
man.
That's honestly the reason why, man, I still got my Series 1 is because I feel like I don't know how much can you, like, I don't know everything, like how much can you do to a watch to make it more appealing to me? Like,
not much.
It's really not a lot. Like there was nothing on any of the further series that came out where I was just like, I gotta go get that. Like I gotta go get it. Like,
right. I still have the original Apple Watch.
Oh, you still got
you got the original OG? Oh wow, okay.
OG. I'm gonna upgrade this dude though.
The non-supported one.
Batteries off.
Yeah. I need that.
Yo, shout out to my man Bender too for the coffee, man. Thank you, Bender. Definitely appreciate you, dude. No doubt. All right, let's see what else we got out here. Oh, and Zach can talk about
somebody said Delasha Point said we obviously need 5G on the Apple Watch.
No, we don't. And the reason why we don't need 5G on the Apple Watch is because the Apple Watch don't have a battery that can handle no 5G, man. You kidding me? You want to
download our Netflix?
The whole wrist will be burning up.
Seriously, what are we talking about here? No, the Apple Watch is not ready for 5G. Hell, the real world's not ready for 5G.
Exactly. I'm not even getting 5G. And actually, Marquez did a dope video explaining 5G. Real dope video on that. But like for me, it's like there's nothing in me that makes me want to go grab a 5G device. Because from my area, I don't live in a 5G area. I
am hours away from 5G.
Yeah, like for me, it's 5 hours because where Viper's at, in Chicago, that's a good little drive for me. And in my area, we last to get everything. So,
I mean, but even in Chicago, though, I mean, 5G is just patches of coverage in downtown Chicago. Once you leave downtown, you're out of 5G. So it's not that big of a deal here yet either. It's just, okay, whatever. It's cute that it is this and it's fast, but it's not really useful right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if 5G was where I lived, I cannot tell you a real world application where it would be useful. I have seen speed tests. That's all anyone does, or they'll be, I'll download this whole show. I'm like, I don't do that unless I'm going on a trip and I'm going somewhere without internet. And in that case, I usually can prep for a long trip in advance. So I don't need shows to download in seconds. It's okay if they take 20, 30 minutes because usually if I'm going on a plane, I know about it a couple, weeks. So to buy a whole phone just for that purpose alone, like I cannot find the functional use. If it was like you could get 5G as your internet provider at your house, like and connect to that, I would get more behind it. That would be more practical. But just for the phone, and I'm sure all the carriers are going to data cap your hotspot. Your phone can't make a 5G connection for all the devices. So I cannot find the real world application. Other words of speed test. Do an Ookla speed test. Look how high it goes.
Yeah, it's nothing really going on with you. It's still too young to do anything with. Yo, Timeless, I do remember you, man. Long time no see, man. How you doing? So Rashid says, Viper, how you liking them skull candies? Yo, these skull candies are legit, and they were only $100 when I got them a year ago. I don't know how much they are now, but they are definitely worth every penny. That's the Zach says save your money until 2021 to get a 5G device, unless you live and work next to a tower. I mean, even if you live and work next to a tower, I won't even recommend it right now. Nothing you can do with it right now. It's useless.
Right.
If I had 5G like installed on my phone and the towers were here, I honestly would not know unless you put the thing in the top of my phone. Like
now,
I would
Roberto,
I wouldn't pay for the extra cost for it. Like
Roberto brings up a good question. Is 5G, would that be good for mobile live streams? Oh yeah, that would be lovely for mobile live streams. Come on, practically no latency, real time. Yeah, that'd be legit.
If you walk out of a 5G zone, then you
right.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the issue with mobile live streaming is usually you go out and about and do lots of things, and 5G isn't known for its coverage right now. So even then, like I've done mobile live streaming off LTE. If you have a stable connection, you can stream plenty good quality. It's just it's more of a coverage issue for me.
Right.
Now here we go. B-Mac says the minute that 5G is available as an in-home hotspot, he is dropping his cable. I know that's right, man. Stream everything.
Right.
Stream it all. So going back to this Apple event next week, Devin, anything else that you're looking forward to about this event?
Honestly, man, I'm not too hyped over the iPhone. I'm gonna be honest, man.
I know, man. I remember like recently you don't went over to the dark side, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I still got my iPhone here. Let's take it easy, Mike. Take it easy now. No, but I honestly, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get it regardless. Just like probably all of us on this panel here is probably gonna get it. It's just one of those. It just is what it is. I'm gonna get it regardless. But am I hyped for it? No. But the phone I am hyped for, man, is the Pixel 4. That's the phone I'm really hyped for. And I love how bold that Google is being with it, just dropping just all kinds of stuff on it. But yeah, iPhone, man, like I said, it's one of those things. It's just like at this point, it's just kind of like it's just something to get. It's just kind of lost it. It's like I just got to get it. But yeah, I'm not really too hyped over it though. But I mean, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Pop, how you feeling? Are you anything you excited about for the Apple event or what?
Not really. I mean, I'm kind of excited just for the Apple Watch because I'm coming from Series 0, the original one. But other than that,
that's a massive upgrade.
But other than that, not really too much.
Okay.
That I'm really excited for.
See, that's the thing that gets me like. I remember the iPhone keynote, the iPad keynote last year was exciting. The iPhone keynote last year was horribly boring. It was terrible. Hopefully they figured it out and make it better this year because last year was terrible. So my man El Jefe just tweeted out a picture of somebody using an iPhone with a home button in the wild. It looked like an iPhone 5 or maybe an iPhone SE. So Drew, there are rumors that we are going to get an iPhone SE 2 next year, 4.7 inches. Man, what do you think about that?
It's not the one everyone wants, but it's the one that makes the most sense. I did a video on it because I saw that rumor a long time ago, and I was like, you know what? That sounds believable. So I did it, and then I don't think that many people saw it, and then a few months went by, like 3-4 months went by, and now this is picking up again, and I'm like, yeah, this makes the most sense. What people forget, and the misconception I think everyone makes, is that the iPhone SE is the iPhone that looks like the 5. It's the boxy design, it's the 4-inch form factor. It's the small one. But what people are forgetting is the reason the SE was so cheap was because they got to recycle old assembly lines from the 5S, which was sold right before the SE launched. Right when the SE launched, they stopped selling the 5S, which meant that all they really had to do in the assembly lines was take out the chamfered edges process and then put in the latest CPU instead of an old CPU. So they just got to update the specs, design stayed the same, and then they got to call it like an affordable but powerful phone. So it made perfect sense to me when I saw the leaks that the 4.7-inch SE is just essentially an iPhone 8 with an A13 chip. That's all it is. It's not a thin bezel design. It's not a boxy design. It's not the same form factor. They're recycling that old assembly line that's been producing the iPhone 8 so long, and they're just going to take the chips they're putting in the iPhone 11 and they're putting that in the iPhone 8, so it'll have a capable CPU, get lots of updates, but have that old style traditional home button, basic camera, and probably start around $500.
Yeah, that seems to be the general gist of it. I mean, And plus, I think the rumored entry, the rumored price is $399, just like the iPhone SE. So yeah,
I'd be shocked if it was $399. To be honest,
how much do you think it'll be?
I think it'll be $500. The general price of iPhones have gone up a lot since the SE came out. That was 2016. It's been a while. So the flagship price, I think it might hurt their sales a bit more if there was like a A13 chip iPhone that was $400. But a $500 one is not fun for the consumer. I understand it would be much nicer if it was $400. I'm just trying to be realistic. I think that would be more realistic for Apple, because if you consider all the other phones available at the time will be $750, $1,000, $1,100. $500 will seem like a pretty good deal.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
Or it could be more, sadly.
Oh man.
Oh, if it's more, you better just go with it.
Really, why mess around, man? Why mess
You're
around?
right.
So, Devin, I kind of go ahead, Drew.
I do think, on a positive note, I have a good feeling that there's going to be fast chargers included this year.
Oh, yes, finally. It only took them like forever.
Yeah,
I doubt that.
But Drew,
Yeah, I don't trust
As much as
that.
I would love that, I doubt that.
Drew, and God, if my winning, if they include that fart knocker brick of a 5-water in the box, Drew, we gonna have a problem, bro. We got a problem. We're gonna issues.
I think they're going to hit it down the middle. Honestly, I think the 10R successor is going to have a 5-watt, and then the Pro models have the fast charger.
That's true.
I feel sorry for the
That's
10
possible.
11 Pro. That would be so Apple and so savage. Oh my
Mostly
God.
because of the iOS 13 optimized battery charging feature. As soon as I saw that, I was like, why would they have that on by default for everybody unless they were planning on shipping fast chargers for everyone? That makes the most amount of sense to me.
I hope so. It is long overdue for Apple to deliver actual capable chargers in the box.
Yeah, plus they know everyone's mad about that. And this year they don't have a lot of things for us to be excited about. So including them, now that they have the 18-watt brick from the new iPad Pros, that would be like a perfect little fast, not super fast, but fast enough, and a cheap enough for them to include in every box. And that would be USB-C to Lightning, which I'm happy about, even though I'll never use it. It's just stupid that we still ship USB-A cables with $1,100 phones. That's ridiculous to me.
Right.
Yeah. But according to Mac Weinbach, iPhones are adopting USB-C in short order. I'll be waiting for that. That'd be nice. I think Drew was saying earlier, it would be nice to have like one charging cable for all your Apple devices. We should not have to carry on separate cables. It's dumb.
Right. To me, what's made the most sense is having a Qi charger that I take with me that supports USB-C, because then I can charge. I use that as an adapter for the iPhone, and then I charge my iPad and MacBook with that.
What were you about to say, Devin?
I was gonna say, but in Apple fashion, if people are still buying it, why change it?
Don't you start, Devin. Don't you start.
I'm playing devil's advocate here. It's like, trust me, I definitely want Type-C, but like, if people are buying it, that's still a market for Apple to make more money. And we all know Apple likes to make money off of the accessories.
If you look at their,
it's true.
If you look at their quarterly revenue, the Lightning certifications make quite a small. I think they could afford to lose it.
So, Drew, we know that Apple is transitioning over to services, and I don't know how much weight we have in Apple TV Plus, but we also have Arcade and Apple News Plus, which is whatever. But what do you think about it? What do you think about the services as a whole?
I think most of them are pretty freaking terrible. I like the card. I'll tell you that much. I know it wasn't the big rewards card everyone was hoping to get, 50% cash back or whatever. But I've been enjoying using it. Like the redesigned experience of paying off the credit card is so much easier and simpler now than on my last credit card. It's so easy to start using and sign up for. And the fact that it's free is what I like the most about it. I don't have to pay anything to use it. In fact, I could get Apple TV Plus for free just from my cash rewards on my Apple card if I wanted to, but I hate it that much that I would rather use that money elsewhere. So Apple News Plus has completely lost my interest. I think once I did the trial and I realized what it was like $10 a month for like pictures to move a little differently in the news app. And I was like, this is it? Like $10 a month for that. I don't know. Maybe not for my generation, but Apple TV Plus. Like I said, I have almost finished uploading my video about it, and I think it's going to be a colossal failure, mostly because they're launching it with no back catalog, and it's going up against Disney Plus, who is going to slaughter everybody. There's no room. There's no room in everyone's subscriptions for a TV Plus. Even like all they could get, the biggest emotion, they spent $6 billion. The biggest emotion they could get out of people was, "Oh, that looks interesting." You know, that's all they could get. It wasn't a single like, "I gotta watch that," and everyone's like, "Huh, okay." You know,
exactly.
And the thing is, that with launching with 5 shows, those shows aren't getting like new seasons every month. So you're going to be spending $10 a month on nothing, because like I'm sure there's new shows coming out, but you got to wait another year probably before the morning show gets a second season or whatever. And Apple Arcade is a maybe for me. Like I've seen rumors that it's $5 a month, but it's kind of unlike anything else I've really ever seen, because Apple makes a bunch of money from mobile gaming. It's a huge industry, like billions of dollars they make. But most of it comes from freemium. Most of it comes from apps that don't cost anything to play. Like, it sounds backwards, right? The free games make the most money. Most of it comes from people downloading free games, and then they like them, and then they buy in-app purchases, and there's ads, and they get money from the ad revenue. I'll be interested to see games that don't have any in-app purchases, don't have any ads, and don't have any like fluff that we're used to every single game having. It's kind of cool that there's going to be now a market of games that don't have to do all the things other mobile games did. But I don't know, like I said, because so many people are into mobile gaming for freemium, that if they would be willing to do the $5 a month thing. I suppose it all depends on how good the games are, but I would not say it's going to be a hit. I would say it could be, but I could easily see it flopping. So 3 out of the 4 they launched, I think, are pretty awful.
Yo, Tippy Pop, what you got for us, man?
I agree. Everything that Drew had to say. I don't really care about Apple Arcade or the Apple TV, but I do love the Apple Card, man. The material of it, and paying off the bill and see how much interest that you might be paying. That's just genius. I just love the Apple Card. And I just finished paying it off like 2 days ago. So make sure you pay off your cards, whoever's watching this.
Yeah.
Spend responsibly.
Interest rate's really high, but they make it so easy to pay off. I feel like you'd have to be really dumb to not pay it off. You're not going to forget the payment. It's so obvious. A baby can figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Whew. You got anything to add, Devin?
I mean, I just think that with the Apple Arcade, I think it's kind of cool for like, mainly for like kids. Like if you had kids or whatever, and you got them like a iPod, whatever, or an iPad or something like that, I think it could be cool because you're giving them access to just a whole array of games and all of that. So I think that's kind of dope. But I mean, I'm more so hyped for Google Stadia for reasons like that than I am for this one. But it's another Apple subscription, so it's probably I think it's going to do well, but I think it's going to do well on a slow growth though. It's not going to be some out of the gate where people just, oh my god, I got to get Apple Arcade. Apple Card, man, I'm conflicted with the Apple Card. I want one only because I want it more so as a collector's item. I don't really want it to use it. Man, I just feel like, I don't know. I'm not big on credit cards, so that's never really been my thing. I'm just not big on credit card. I'm not big on debt. But like, I just think that I just feel like Apple is just gonna make a lot of money off of people's irresponsibility with money. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like they're just gonna make a killing. And I hate that they keep saying not made by banks. I hate that because I'm like, you're still tied to a bank. Like, right. So it's like, I don't know. I get the marketing behind it, but it's like, but you're still tied to a bank. But yeah, man, I mean, it's Apple, man. So what can you say?
Quick question. You think Google Stadia is gonna succeed, or you think it's gonna flop?
I think it all depends on Google.
I think it has to work out of the gate very well. It has to be really good out of the gate. If not, and it's starting to get real, like if it's terrible out of the gate and the streaming quality is terrible, if there's lagging, any type of buffering, it's gonna flop. But I think if it's smooth out of the gate, I think it has the potential to be big. Now, will it be big right now? Probably not. But I think I think their market should be selling that technology to your PlayStation, to your Sonys and your Microsoft.
Yeah, that's a good
I would have loved to see them do more of a licensing play with that versus them being in that game. Because the only thing that scares me about Google is, as y'all already know, Google has a tendency to abandon ship.
Oh, did you just mention Google's lack of commitment?
Hey, man, that's true. Like it makes you scared to get in business with Google because they have a tendency of abandoning ship, man. And I would have loved to see them do a licensing play with the two big gaming companies, Sony and Microsoft, and let them use that technology. Because I would have loved to see what they do with it versus what Google can do with it. But
well, apparently, Microsoft and Sony partnered up with a cloud gaming to go head to head with Google Stadia. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. But yeah. I think it largely depends on Google, and if they stay committed. If they stay committed, then they can do something with it. But if they abandon ship, like you eloquently stated, then it'll be dead. Like it'll be another dead Google product.
It's impressive though, man. Like the fact that you can stream games with just 10 megs down, and it's supposed to be. I see it. Yeah,
there you go.
Right, that's true.
And I think they're saying like 4K. You can stream at what 30 down or something like that, which is crazy.
With my internet, I should be able to play 4K at 60. From what they're claiming, but I don't believe them.
Yeah, I'm running fiber in my house, so I should be able to stream the. Yeah. And I pre-ordered it. I'm part of that whole founding.
I did too.
Yeah. So I'm pre-ordered. So I'm interested in trying it out. But verdict is still out.
If they're right, it's amazing. But
if it works,
it's usually not good at these kind of things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I said, it's all about how committed they are to making it work. If they're committed, then it could do something. If they're not committed, though.
The only thing I don't like is the fact how you gotta like purchase the games. Like once you subscribe to Stadia, the games are not included with the game. Purchase the game.
Wish it was like a Netflix type thing where you just had access to a cloud of games. But I think you still get some games like for free. I think they give you some like monthly or something like that.
I think Destiny.
Destiny. I think is a part of that.
Right.
But I agree with you. I think that's where they're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're trying to build capital in order to be able to afford that.
Yeah.
Because that server space that cost has to be insane.
Oh yeah. They can afford it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They can afford it. So we talked about the Apple event about enough. So Devin, I think me and you were on the same page with a lot of people were saying that the Pixel 4 isn't the time, but I think the Pixel 4 is more exciting than anything that's coming this year, man.
Yeah, man. Like I'm hyped for it, man. I think they're gonna come with some pretty good stuff, man. A lot of honestly though, but what hurt me though the most was that a lot of people hated on the Pixel 3. I thought the Pixel 3 was a pretty solid phone, but so many people hated on that phone so bad. So for me, if it's just a little better even than the Pixel 3, I think it's going to be a successful. It's going to be good, but the problem with Google has a problem with marketing their phones because it's like no one cares when it comes out. I think that's their problem. They have a
bigger problem. They have a bigger problem than marketing. Their problem is reliable hardware because every year we have a problem with the Pixel phones. With the Pixel 2 with the screen, with the Pixel 3 with the chips that were getting hotter or something like that. There's a problem every year. So the question is, when the Pixel 4 is released later this year, what will the problem be? It's always a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I'm excited. Go ahead, Drew.
The bigger issue Pixel's going to face this year is the fact that I know us tech enthusiasts are all fine with the big forehead on top. And we're like, well, it has lots of sensors in it. That's okay. But the everyday customer is going to see the Pixel 3a and the Pixel 4 and say, what's the flipping difference? And they're going to be like, 2 cameras on this one. And they're like, okay. And it's $1,000 versus this one, which is $400. Like, I'll get that one. Like the problem is they're way too similar looking and the features are not going to be easily listable as to why you should opt for the more premium model. With an iPhone, it's super obvious. You know, you've got this big screen one. with the notch and the glasses and everything and stainless steel edges. And then when you look at the cheaper ones, it's like aluminum and the big old bezels and the home button and everything's all squared off and everything. Like it's very obvious the premium from the low end. Whereas with Google, it's not going to be so obvious for people. So I think more are just going to go for the 3A.
Yeah, me personally, I'm excited about the technology that they bring with the Pixel 4. We got Project Soli. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with it, and I don't know how practical it's going to be, but just the fact that it seems like they're trying something new with the Pixel excites me, and then they're coming with some type of Face ID-like technologies. That should be interesting. Along with the, I think, I don't know, I haven't heard if they're going to have an in-display fingerprint sensor or not. I'm guessing they are, but I haven't heard anything about it. But between the Project Soli and the Face ID technology, I don't know, the addition of a camera lens. They're adding a camera lens on the back, so no more single camera lens on the Pixel. So what can Google do with 2 camera lenses now? Because they were amazing with 1. So there's a lot to be excited about with the Pixel 4. But
maybe because
I get excited.
Maybe a zoom. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Like maybe to zoom in with the extra lens.
Oh yeah, right. There's room to be like an 8x zoom on there. Yeah, right.
All right.
That's what I heard.
The one thing that excites me the most about Google, just overall, man, is as y'all already know, Google is software is king for them. Like,
yep.
I get excited when I'm watching their keynotes because I want to know what they're bringing from a software perspective. And I just feel like that's where I'm hoping that they shine the most with the Pixel 4. Because to me, that's where they can just take over.
My bad, John. I must have missed that episode of Front Page Tech.
The in-display sensor. Okay.
Yeah, all right. So they are going to have an in-display fingerprint sensor with the Face ID tech. So that's going to be pretty legit.
Yeah,
but the big question for the Pixel 4 that I have is, how much is it going to cost? Our buddy John seems to think they're going to price it between the $700 or $750 and $800 range, or that's what he's hoping. And I'm just like, I don't think so. What do you think, Drew? What do you think they're going to price it at?
Well, if it has a fingerprint reader underneath the display and Face ID tech, there's no way they can keep it that cheap. This is
I don't think so.
$800 for a phone with a fingerprint reader, and that was it. That now they're adding an extra lens, they're adding a radar sensor, they're adding dot projector, front-facing in IR camera, all these things that have been added to the iPhone that made it way more expensive. Plus doing the fingerprint reader underneath the display, which we know isn't cheap, and a 90 hertz refresh rate.
$1,000.
To me, no way they could price it much lower than $1,000. Maybe they'll do a little bit to brag a little and say like, well, $950, it's cheaper than the iPhone, huh? But
$999.
I don't think they could get it anywhere near $800 starting, unless there's some E version that's Pixel 4a or whatever. That's way cheaper.
I think $900 is the starting price. That has to be. There's no way. Not with all that tech in it. It's too much tech in it.
And I want them to release the A version along with the 4. Like, don't come out with it. That's true. But it's like, don't come out with it like almost a year later.
Oh no, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that to them because they now cannibalize the 3A and 3A XL. So they're not gonna do that.
True.
It's true.
They're not gonna do that. And I think that's why Google can get away with charging more for the Pixel 4, because if you want a more inexpensive Pixel, then you have the 3A and the 3A XL as options. So they don't necessarily have to price the Pixel 4 lower if they don't want to. They have other options out there, but we'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it'll do very well sales-wise.
I think it would do better this year than it has before because it'll be available on more carriers for that reason alone.
Yeah,
maybe. I just think a lot of people are just going to look at the front and say it doesn't look fancy, so it's not worth it.
I mean, they don't sell well anyway, Drew. So I mean, they don't know. They've never really sold particularly well, but
no,
like I said, being available on more carriers can't hurt.
No, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah,
that would help for sure.
Why are we talking about John with no pants in the chat? What are y'all doing out there?
Whoa.
What is happening out here? What is going on? Y'all crazy.
I mean, no one knows any of us here are wearing pants either.
I film all my videos with no pants.
Y'all crazy.
No one stood up.
So, Drew, I don't know if you caught on to this, but last week there was a fake, a leak or a fake Apple internal document that was put on Twitter, and I don't know why people would put a leak fake internal Apple document on Twitter. I don't know.
I know why, because it's iPhone season, so they can put anything up and it'll probably get a bunch of clicks and they can get attention. Like a bunch of people don't understand that, like when they tweet out or go say like, "Ooh, this case company or this watch band company has Series 5 watch bands listed or iPhone 11 Pro cases listed," you realize that's just for free advertising, right? All they have to do on their website where they're selling Apple Watch bands is change the 4 to a 5, and now suddenly they get tons of traffic. Everybody knows about their watch band. Or you can add iPhone 11 cases to your website. Now everyone's going to show up to your website and be like, "Look, it's here. Oh, it's coming. That confirmed the naming and everything." It's like they're just doing it because they know people are going to flock to it. It works.
Sure.
So the problem, the problem with this internal document is they were saying on this leaked document that the actual release date for iPhone going to be the 27th, which makes no sense because that will be 2 weeks. That'll be 2 weeks after the keynote, and that's not how Apple normally rolls. Like that makes no sense.
I thought I didn't see the exact reasons, but I thought I saw several people confirm that wasn't real.
Right? Yeah. Yep. They did.
But it did look pretty good.
Yeah. It looked official, but yeah, like you said, several people debunked it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think it had a couple typos or something. But
yeah,
I hope the naming isn't true, because in the document it said iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, that's the alleged naming for iPhones this year, or the Pro Max. Anyway, I don't know. We'll find out soon enough, man. We will find out soon enough.
I just got some cases today for him.
So I had a. Oh, you got the cases too, huh?
Yeah, I got some ones, yeah.
So who sent you those cases? Where did those come from?
A company called Totally.
Oh, I heard of them. Yeah.
All right.
With 2 E's and they were like, "We have these early access ones. Do you want them?" And I was like, "Okay, sure."
Yeah, I had a company
something like that.
Yeah, I had a company send me an iPhone 11 dummy and a whole boatload of cases.
Yes, okay. Me too.
So I'm like, all right. I mean,
normally
I wouldn't do a case video with a iPhone dummy, but it's the iPhone 11, and I have no plans to getting the iPhone 11. I'm getting the Pro 11 Pro version, so I guess I gotta do the video because I'm not gonna get the real phone. So
they sent you the Max.
No, they sent me the 11. They sent me the 11. They sent me the small one. I'm getting the big one, so I'm not gonna be able to use those cases at all.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. But I do like how all the case companies are getting ramped up, man. They're making it around. They're not messing around. They're ready for iPhone season.
Yeah,
it's probably when they get the most attention. I can't think of another time in the year where they would get this many clicks, or suddenly people are going to these weird third-party sites for cases because it says, new iPhone on it. They're like, whoa, oh my god.
Yeah, iPhone season definitely brings them out. What is up with the camera?
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know. So any other thoughts about the Apple event next week from you guys?
I'm ready for it to be done. Stop this endless suspense.
What do you mean you're ready for it to be done? You know what happens after it's done, Drew. Then we go into full iPhone mode, man.
Well, that's fine, but after the event, I'll know whether or not the AR glasses thing is real or not.
You're still on Coinex. You're still on the Coinex stuff.
All the iPhone rumors will just, all the new features, we know them now. We just got to wait.
Yeah.
Got to go get them and test them ourselves. That's fine. That doesn't stress me out.
Let's talk about this for a minute. Where the hell did Coinex come from? I've never heard of him before this year. Where did he come from?
He came from, he's tweeted 14 times in his entire existence. but he has a 100% accurate track record, which is why people think he's someone high up on the inside, mostly because he tweeted on September 3rd last year the exact naming, and no one else was predicting 10R. That was like no one. But that ended up being exactly right. That 10R 10S Max leak, that's all him. That was all from one person. It wasn't from Quo. It wasn't from Bloomberg or anyone. And then he consistently has been right since then. Like, he knew the exact weight of the 10S Max. He knew they would ship with slow chargers long before they started shipping them. He gave the asymmetrical speaker grill leak. He gave the exact thinness of the new iPad Pro. He tweeted about the iPad Air before that was even a leak. So he's just the thing is, if there's not a one more thing moment at this event, it's going to severely affect his credibility. That's the thing. He doesn't usually tweet out troll things. And now with the last couple tweets, he's been like incredibly vague. Instead of just the names, iPhone Pro, iPhone, he just said Pro for iPhone. Crazy naming schemes, but there's one more thing, Steve Jobs. It's like, if there's not a one more thing, then we're all just gonna have a harder time believing you in the future.
Oh yeah, but the last one more thing at a keynote or the iPhone keynote was back with the iPhone 10. So I think we're due.
They don't do it apart from the iPhone 10. They usually don't do it. I've watched a bunch of events in the past week, and they didn't do it for the 7. They didn't do it for the 6S or the 6 or the 5S or anything like that. It's always the iPhone 10 was I think justified because it was just such a giant upgrade that we'll probably never have an upgrade that substantial again. But I think we're due for like a new product category. It's been 5 years now.
No doubt. Yeah. So timeless as dude CoinX has so much clout. Why doesn't he talk more? Because I believe he's an Apple employee, and if he gets caught, it's a wrap.
He works for Apple.
He works for Apple, and if he works for Apple, and if he gets caught, goodbye job. It's over with. So that's why he doesn't talk more. That's it.
That's true.
Job security, baby. That's what that is.
I had a conversation. I got to ask y'all a question. I had a conversation with somebody about this. I said, what if you worked for Apple and you worked on the product design team? Like you saw the products of what was coming, and you were a YouTuber as well, a tech YouTuber at that. How hard would it be not to create videos about what you know?
I'm pretty sure Apple makes you sign NDAs about everything, so that wouldn't happen.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just thinking, like, if you were a tech guy and you just was just like, and you had a channel, like, how hard would that be not to?
Well, I think that's why some of these tweet leakers create these strange Twitter name, so they can do just that.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
What's funny is CoinX's very first tweet is from an Android, which is kind of interesting.
But Drew, you know what that is, right? That's a smoke screen. That's what that is.
I bet he has he's an employee, but he has a second phone that stays in a lead-lined drawer at home, so they can't find it or anything.
Damn it, John Prosser! Stop raining on my parade, man. Leave me alone. Leave us alone, John Prosser. Let us Apple sheep have this, man. Let us Apple sheep have this. Stop raining on our parade, John Prosser. Damn it, quit it.
Well, yeah, like so far he's never tweeted anything that was pointless. If he does, then yeah, he's going to have a severe bad credibility from here on out. Because
then John Prosser will have to destroy him like he did Ice Universe.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, John Prosser just straight up took Ice Universe apart, man. Good Lord. Good Lord. Just straight did metal to that boy, like, dang.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Yeah. He be tweeting that nonsense, man. Ain't nobody got time for that stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Oh man. Oh, Drew, I am doing. I know y'all pretty sure you're probably doing one too, but I am doing a pre-order stream on Thursday night.
Yeah,
you are invited back in like last year. If you want to hang out for an hour, you are invited.
Thank you very much. I'll be doing my stream, but there may. I don't know. I'll see what my schedule. That's going to be late, right? That's the thing I forgot about.
Yeah,
last year I was a bachelor and I could stay up late all the time. Now that's I wake up.
You got to stay up late anyway. You can't go to sleep on iPhone pre-order night. Who does that? Nobody does that.
The last time I was awake at midnight was last year probably. So it's going to be a whole process now to do the late night stream.
You better get ready, man. You know it's coming. You better get ready.
Yeah. I gotta prep.
John, we cannot say this on stream, but do we know I'm proud of a fool.
Slap his ass.
Oh God, John is crazy. But yeah, if you are up, you are definitely invited to my pre-order stream because I'm definitely doing that again. Those are fun.
Thank you very much.
And I'm also gonna be doing the day of stream while I wait for my iPhone. I'm gonna do that again too. So if you want to come on that, definitely.
Oh, okay.
I'll definitely be doing that. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, keep me posted.
Yep.
I'll be waiting around all day, all anxious and stuff.
T-Kid, I don't know what you'll be doing, but if you're around T-Kid, you can come on in too, man.
Are you talking about the midnight 1 a.m. streams?
Yeah, man. Pre-order, baby.
Hey man, I'm gonna be asleep, brother. I gotta go to work next day.
I took that day off, so ain't nobody going to work, bro.
Ooh, prepped in advance.
Oh yeah, I prep every year for this. I don't mess around during iPhone week. We don't do that.
Yeah, it's very, very important. Serious.
Oh, Drew, we got a question for you here. Roberto wants to know what's next for Teloso movie review.
Roberto's officially the only person to ever ask about that channel. The next video is on the episode 9 trailer due to popular demand. So
okay.
I bet both people are excited to watch it.
Both people. Oh man. So, any last thought before we get out of here? I think that should wrap it up pretty much.
A good stream, gentlemen.
Yep.
Appreciate you having me on.
Man. It's been an honor, man.
Hey man, I told you to hang with me, man. I told you if I can get MKBHG back, I would get you in here, bro. That's what's up.
You gotta warn me next time, Viper. I didn't know Marquez was gonna be.
I didn't either. Like he was just like, "Yo, it's gonna be worth your time." Like, all right.
I didn't tell anybody. I didn't even tell Marquez I'm bringing people on here. I didn't tell nobody. That's the beauty of it. People be surprised, man.
He just popped in. I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, all right.
This is why I tried to explain to you all last week. You will never know who's gonna come on the show until they get here. That's the allure of the live stream. That's why I do it the way I do it.
There you go.
One night I'm gonna log in and just Elon pops up and I'm like,
right. Hey man, you might want to be on the stream today.
Yo man, I've been trying to get on here, but the girl just she's hard to get. But one day, trying to make that happen. But thank you guys for showing up tonight and joining the stream with me, Drew. Thank you as always, man.
Absolutely.
Devin, D-Kid Tech, appreciate you. Simply Pop, about time, bro. About time, Pop.
I know. I was about to say you gotta try to get Floss back in here, man.
Man, I'm trying, man.
Plus he caught it.
He run all the way when I asked him to stream, but that's all right. We'll try to get him back.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning into the live stream tonight. We're gonna end it here. You guys can have your Friday night. Thank you guys who donated coffee and donated to the stream. Appreciate all of you all showing up and hanging out with me for these 2 hours, I think, whatever. Yep, 2 hours.
It was awesome.
Thank you. Hey, it's iPhone season, but we're gonna ramp up next week. There's gonna be a few live streams. I'm doing a pre-order live stream next Thursday night, so be on the lookout for that. And I'm also doing the morning of when the iPhone is on the delivery truck. I'll be live streaming waiting for my iPhone, so be on the lookout for that. I also have a Galaxy Note 10 Plus review dropping sometime this weekend, so be on the lookout for that too. That could be a long one because that might be one of those fluffy card movies because there's a lot to talk about. But we're about to get out of here. Thank you guys for joining again. Thank you guys for watching. But until the next time, people, this your boy Viper, the man about tech. You know where to find me. So come back for more.
Yeah. Peace.